Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Ramen podcast. I'm your host, Juan, and as always, my co-host here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey, baby.
How's it going, man?
It's going so good.
Yeah, I bet.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm
right.
good. I was, this week's been weird, dude. Honestly, like, I've been having some moments where I just kind of feel like I'm losing my mind, and we'll talk about that in a bit, but this week,
Yeah, what?
we're going to be talking about a particular movie.
What's it called?
It's not called Classmates, because we reviewed that.
It's not.
It's, what is it called?
Hana to Alice.
Yeah, something about Alice and Hana or something like that.
Yeah, Hana to Alice.
What's it in English, though? The
Hana and Alice.
Okay, yeah. But that's like, isn't it The Adventures of Hana? Whatever.
I don't know. I went to Amazon, and Amazon was like, what up, dude? You looking for Hana to Alice? And I was like, that's the one that I'm looking for. And I watched it.
That's what we're going to be talking about. I didn't expect to watch that this week.
Yep. Well, thank God. Okay, so every week when we do the podcast, it comes down to all right, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. What are we talking about? What's it going to be? It needs to be something that's easy in certain ways, whatever.
It also depends on like what our schedule is looking like. If it's like, hey man, if you know I have like a busy weekend, you go, well, I don't want to do something too crazy. And or if it's like something like, hey, we need a kind of a break, we'll also do something simple.
Well, I knew that you had a wedding.
Yeah, and then the week before that, I was like, hey, what was it? It was our anniversary for the pod, and it was just like, let's not do something too crazy. So you knew that, and knowing that, you did the great thing, and you did some research, and you're like, what movies could we watch? And you gave me two options.
I went back 6 years, and out of all those, the things that weren't sequels and the things that we could see, because a lot of things aren't like legal to watch, I had to find something that we could
and that's
rent
the goal.
At least, or
the goal is always to try to.
Yeah, because that way other people can still access it too. Anybody could access it illegally, but like that's a little sketchy, especially as a podcast.
Right.
So anyways.
Yeah.
I found two movies, one that I knew for sure I was familiar with, the other one I knew nothing about and had never seen, and there was no way that I would have seen it no matter what.
Right.
But the other one, I didn't know anything about it, but I was so familiar with it because I had a calendar from Anime Expo.
Yes.
And the calendar had like a bunch of different releases from, I think it was a specific company. I can't remember who. It was, I know Funimation, not Funimation. Aniplex hands out weird stuff.
Yeah,
maybe it was an Aniplex thing. Anyways, so I had a calendar, I had a bunch of things, and one of the months was this movie called Classmates. And we had seen that picture on my wall for a month.
At least a month, yeah.
So I knew exactly what it looked like. And it turns out we reviewed it a while ago. We actually did talk about it. Yeah. We reviewed it. Couldn't remember much about it, but apparently we did, and it was fine.
Yeah. No, yeah. So you sent me the two options, and I was like, cool, man. Sure, well, we can do either of them. And you said, well, do you want to pick? I was like, no, you can pick. It's like, cool, we'll do this one. This one's a backup. It's like, perfect. And so I think on Sunday, was it Sunday? Monday? I think it was Monday. Anyways, I was like, hey, man, I was about to go record, I had to rent the movie. I was about to go rent the movie, and I looked at the cover art. I'm like, this looks really familiar for some reason. And I started reading the description, and I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure it's about a couple gay classmates.
Sure is.
And then I pulled up Wikipedia, and I was just like, fuck, didn't we talk about this? Or was it just one of those things that I watched and then just didn't tell you about it?
I thought it could also be something that
that we'd seen before, right?
I had just seen it for some reason.
Exactly. And then I was like, no. And so then I did quick Google and was just like, we've absolutely fucking reviewed this thing. And I was like, yeah, dude, my bad. I should have done a better job of
whoops,
checking. He's like, dude, no, you worry about it. We got the backup. So we're doing the backup.
Yeah, and that's
week.
why I had to, just in case, because I was like, I don't know about this one, but I'm going to double check. So we did the backup. The backup's fine. It's Hana to Alice.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that
for sure
later.
We sure will. Hey, how you been, man?
Pretty chill. This week's been a very mellow week, but it's been a good one.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just enjoying things and finding new just ways to take care of myself, I guess.
Good job. Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's good.
So yeah, it's been chill. I know big, oh man, I had this breakthrough, nothing like that. But yeah, just been having a good time.
Nice.
So let's see. My sister moved into my mom's.
Congrats.
So she's doing that. My mom's about to come over here. I don't know what it is. I haven't talked to her for like a week or so. So I got to figure that shit out. But she is going to come and visit. I'm very excited about that. I just found out that my friend Abby is going to come and visit in June. So we're going to meet up and do something. I don't know. It's exciting now that people are actually vaccinated, being able to like plan things.
Question.
Yeah.
When your mom comes through, is she chopping some of your hair?
I'm going to get a trim. I'm not going to go too big, though.
Yeah, cool. Because your mom, you know, has been one to cut your hair. And
oh, yeah, dude. She used to be a hairstylist, and I am down to not pay.
Yeah, no, I just remember when you were telling me, like, yeah, my mom sometimes cuts my hair. And I was like, cool. And that's not weird. And then she moved to Arizona. And I was like, well, who's going to cut your hair? And it's like, my mom still. Just when she comes. And I was like,
that's not at all how it's going to be.
That's awesome.
But, yeah, I was waiting until I got fully vaccinated to go and get my hair cut, clearly. Right. But then beforehand, my mom was like, hey, I'm going to come and visit this time, and I can still cut your hair if you want. And I was like, I mean, yeah, since you offered, sure. Yeah. So I've just been waiting a couple more weeks than I need to.
That's cool.
And, yeah, because, dude, at least make it look like clean or something.
I mean, you probably like some ends that you can cut off or whatever that are probably like kind of dead and fried.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I get it. I mean, you did work really hard in growing it out. You're like, well, it's long now, and you don't have to shorten it for work or anything.
I've always liked having long hair, but at a certain point, it became like I was working at Starbucks. It's in my face all the time. It makes me look like less professional. A lot of people didn't trust me because I had long ass hair and I looked like a grungy giant man. When in reality, I was just working for 8 hours and like I don't want to look haggard when I go out and see my friends. So like right after work at midnight,
for sure,
which was awful. So I cut it short and then I kept it that way to look more professional. But now it's becoming a lot more common to see people with long hair in professional settings.
And I also would say when you say short, it's not the same short I think of.
No, it's like medium, short, long.
It still drapes over your head.
You would never call it long.
No, but we wouldn't say like the buzz, you know?
No.
Yeah, because like I don't think I could like touch the back of your head when it's like shaved, and be like, oh, look at, like I can feel like a fade, like what you would with a proper like buzz cut or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I will. I'm gonna try it out.
All right. You can feel me if you want, man. Whatever.
Ain't none stopping me.
But yeah, I'm fucking jacked about that. I don't want to talk about my hair anymore. I don't really give that much thought into it, honestly.
That's fine.
But yeah, I am excited about that. I'm excited for my mom to come, and we had a conversation about what the like food places we would want to have in Chico are, my mom and I. Mm-hmm. And I wound up realizing, I don't know what the fuck's open. We'll just kind of vibe, see what's around. Yeah. And a lot of food places aren't worth going to at the moment because they're either just wildin', not following certain guidelines that they should be. Mm-hmm. Our town's trying to get away with as much as they can. And I've already I was stoked. I was ready to go back to Crazy Taco because I love Crazy Taco.
Yeah, you sure do.
I do. I'm a fucking sucker for that goddamn window. Turns out they don't give a fuck. They're already not wearing masks the second that happened. It was the day that the CDC announced that you don't have to wear a mask if you have a vaccination. They just stopped.
I feel like there's just some people who just are doing that and still aren't vaccinated. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
Exactly. And who knows if they're vaccinated there or not.
Yeah.
But if people are going there that are not vaccinated and they're being served from these people not wearing masks and all that, I think it's such a sketchy time to be doing that still.
Yeah, it's not the fact that you get your Mexican food out of a window in a wall. It's the fact that people aren't just wearing masks. I get it. That's cool.
Man, the wall window stuff's good.
The wall window stuff is good. When I lived down, I used to live on that side of town for a bit. I'd be like, I'm gonna go get a fucking taco from a window. It wasn't my favorite taco from a window, but it was all right.
Yeah.
You also grew up eating that stuff though,
Oh yeah. No, my mom took me there when I was a kid, so it's always been a thing.
The nostalgia of it, that's cool.
Yeah, just their burritos and quesadillas that really get me.
Nice. I never had their quesadillas. Now I feel like we should go to Crazy Taco. No, we talked about it. If you get
a chicken quesadilla, they will give you the wettest quesadilla you've ever had.
Wet?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which means you gotta eat it fast, otherwise it gets soggy.
Ew,
yeah.
Okay.
The top half all good. The bottom half it's just been marinating. It's so good.
Something I do regret, because now that I'm eating healthy, I missed out on getting the chalupa that's just cheese covered or whatever.
You didn't miss out.
I wanted
Don't
to.
worry.
No,
Don't
I wanted to.
No,
so
you didn't
bad,
miss out on
though.
it. You did not miss out. That thing does not taste as good as it should.
But the commercials make it look so
just
good.
Deep fried cheese, it's going to be good. It's not. It tastes so processed. That's the problem. Is that it's not worth it. It tastes processed. So you're eating it, and then halfway through, you're like, this fucking sucks.
Damn.
At least to me. And I eat a lot of garbage.
Yeah, you sure do.
So you haven't seen me for a year. You don't know how much garbage I eat lately.
I don't think you probably haven't cooked anything in the last year.
That's not true at all.
You cooked. Actually, there's one day you cooked mashed potatoes and then something else, right? Was it?
I've cooked. I was cooking a lot at the beginning of the pandemic.
Right.
And then I slowed down, and then I picked up. I've gone through waves, but not recently at all.
What's the last thing you cooked?
Last thing I cooked was leftovers. There you go.
That's pretty funny.
But no, I've been really bad. I've been wanting to get into Hello Fresh or like Blue Apron or some shit like that.
Yeah, dude.
But it's I just haven't committed to it.
I do it. Honestly, Sierra and I have done it for, I think this is like a third week going on it. I'm really liking it. Today I had a mushroom ravioli with like zucchini and tomatoes. It was really good.
Hell yeah.
I'd say give
it's
it
easy, it's convenient. I just haven't, I haven't committed to it.
All right. Well,
so
okay, so
one day I will.
So besides not going to Crazy Taco, what places have you decided to go? Or are you just gonna not go anywhere?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what the places are, so we have to like really scope stuff out.
Dig it out. That's true.
In order to figure out what's going on.
I recently saw a post that B Street is open up again.
I did see that too. I saw that from your boy,
and I was like, cool. Just like, does that mean the Banshee's coming back soon? And
that's what I'm hoping.
That's what I said. Yeah. I was like, and he's just like, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say nothing too soon. I was like, dude, I would kill somebody for some fucking wings. I want wings so bad from the Banshee and a quesadilla. Oh my god!
I want a burger with an egg on it.
With an egg, yeah, those eggs are so good. The thing is, there's too many good things there, and I can't eat all of them. It's not healthy.
I hope it comes back soon.
I'll have a salad.
We'll go there. Yeah, you'll have a salad.
I'll have a salad with some wings on this side.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
But yeah, getting stoked about that. So when I find out more details, I'll share those.
Cool.
Honestly, though, I don't think there's been anything super substantial.
All right. Well, you haven't done a gamage.
Really I've been doing a lot of like video game shit, and I've been watching a lot of stuff.
Right.
But I'm just trying to think if there's anything substantial that's actually happening to me. And a lot of it has been like friends dealing with stuff and me talking to people and supporting them for like, that was half of my day. You know?
Shit.
Like it's been a lot of, you know what? I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Now I could help out other people that aren't doing as good.
For sure.
So,
and we're not going to talk about that because it's
clearly
their business.
Yeah.
Right? But who is it? No, you tell me later.
It's like everyone, man. It's
dude,
crazy.
really?
People are not having a good time right now.
Fuck. Sorry, guys. Just get better. Just stop feeling the way you're feeling.
Everyone's going to be good. It's going to work out. But yeah, in general, I've just been playing whatever I can with whoever I can. So we played a little bit more Satisfactory.
Yeah.
That's been good. Fuck Sea of Thieves. Last time it just totally... It's such a bogus ass, like, broken game. It hit that point where I'm like, I gotta wait. I gotta wait for a while.
Till they fix it.
Till they fix certain things.
I saw, for the first time ever, a clip of someone playing Sea of Thieves. I've heard you talk about it, and I know of it.
Yeah.
I just never seen it, because I was like, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm not gonna play this, because I haven't gotten that itch for that game yet.
Yeah.
It was it looked a lot better than I thought it was supposed to look. Water was nice.
Water looks good. That's the best looking thing.
It was just like two boats firing each other, and then like a boat was going through. There was like, we're just passing through, and it was so funny. And then
that's how it goes, but I can't hear it.
And then these guys are passing through, then came back and started like attacking, and then they went. One of the guys like was swimming under. He's like, I'm gonna fucking get them. And then they come back on ship. It's like, oh no, they're on board. I was just like, this looks like a lot of fun. Not gonna play it.
No.
Looks like a lot of fun though. But again,
it's goofy.
Bogus ass game, broke as shit.
It's so busted. I think I bitched about it last week why I'm not playing it right now. Because we've been consistently doing stuff and like trying to get the rewards for playing frequently for certain things, but then it just stopped letting you do literally the one thing that you're supposed to do for the quest.
You have to score the quest, yeah.
It's just like, all right, normally you get 30 things at the end, but instead you just get one because we're not going to spawn the ship. We're just spawning the item that ends the quest.
Yeah, exactly.
So, very cool.
Broken.
But I've been playing a little bit more Nier Automata, and they're not Nier Automata, Nier Replicant, which has been solid. I passed through the beginning of the story. Finally. I still haven't ended it. It's an old game. It's a remake of a PS3 game.
Okay.
And fuck, it feels like it sometimes. Story's really fun for me. Side quests, most of them feel really shallow. It feels like busy work. It feels like an early RPG game to where they had this story that they wanted to tell, and in order to tell it, they don't have to do a whole lot. But because at that time, people wanted to get a lot out of their games. If they heard RPG, they're expecting this game's going to be robust. It's going to have a ton of replayability. They're thinking like Skyrim, but not Skyrim because that wasn't out yet. But Elder Scrolls type stuff. They're thinking just giant, do whatever you can RPG type games. Nier is not that way. So instead, you just go and do a bunch of bullshit side quests, which are fine, I guess. But I finally got to the part in the story where everything changes. They're like, yeah, that character's gone, that character dies, that character sacrifices himself. Now you've got like a skeleton robot necromancer man who's hanging out with you that could turn things into cement. You got your other homie. Like, you have your new crew, and then it's like 5 years later, and it does a whole thing in the future thing, and now you're playing in the future. It's just a goofy ass anime. Is all it is. It's like a darker version of anime RPG stuff.
Nice.
It's great. I'm having fun. But it does have that, like, okay, we're just being unnecessarily
How old is it,
long.
you said? It's the PS1 game?
PS3.
Oh, okay. I guess it's pretty old, right?
Yes.
Is that the Snapchat you sent me of that weird chick touching the other person's face?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was like, what the
chick
fuck?
in the lingerie touching the blind boy's face? Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, dude, that's Nier. That is Nier.
Fuck me, Christ.
Yeah, so that's been enjoyable. I finished Pokemon Snap, so that was a lot of fun. Or new Pokemon Snap. My personal goal was just to take a picture of each Pokemon. There were 214, and the last one that I had to get a picture of took me like 5 hours.
Damn.
So that was pretty fun. It was just, okay, how do I do this? What do I have to do? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So it required you to do several chain reaction things in order to find secret pathways. And then eventually you just start chucking like a motherfucker. You start throwing all these glowy balls at Jinx riding on top of a giant iceberg Pokemon Avalugg. And you're just chucking at him. And then boom, Mythical comes running around the corner. So it took me forever, because how would you know to set off all those chain reactions in order to get that point? And you had to do it in like the daytime level 2 of this stage instead of the level 3 that you already have unlocked. And then you have to go to the nighttime in order to unlock the other path, and then back to the daytime. It was just a whole bunch of back and forth bullshit.
Did you look it up?
I had to.
Okay.
Yeah. I found the secret paths. It took me so long. And then I was just like, all right, how do I fucking get this thing? I don't know. And yeah, it worked out.
I do have a question. It's not Pokemon related, but it is video game related.
Yeah.
Is Mario Golf out yet?
No.
Damn.
But new footage came out of the game. They had a little bit of an announcement where they were just like, you could do battle mode now. So you're in like weird golf arenas. I don't really understand that, but
I want to play.
Yeah, and it just has that classic mechanic of like, all right, well, you just have to tell it when to hit, and it has like a bar that goes up and down, and you could curve it and whatnot. But they make it look really nice. The outfits for the different characters look really good. I'm very excited.
Okay, me too.
Be good. Yeah, so I finished Pokemon, so that's great. Once I finish Nier, I'm going to move on to Resident Evil 8.
Okay.
Because I hear that's a little bit shorter. So once I finish Resident Evil 8, I'm going to move on to Returnal. And eventually play Final Fantasy 14, which I've been wanting to do.
You've been saying that you're going to do, yeah.
For a while. They did announce, which I'm fucking jacked about, they have a bunny race of people and like a big cat race of people. But previously, the bunny race has only been able to be females, and the big cat race has only been able to be males. And for the new expansion, they're also going to be releasing dude bunnies, which I'm stoked because they look like just hot anime guys.
Nice.
So I'm all about that. hot anime bunny guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
no, for
very
sure,
important distinction, I guess. And I haven't seen the female big cats, but I want them to look jacked as fuck.
Yeah. In
order for me to play one of those, they need to be absolutely ripped.
Kind of like that rabbit chick from Attack on Titan. No, not Attack on Titan. Actually, you might not even be there. Sorry. No, she's there. We've seen her from My Hero Academia. She's like the new 3rd ranked hero, or the 4th ranked hero. I think she's 4th. She's a jacked bunny. You've seen her?
Yeah.
Yoked.
No.
Yokeder than that?
I want it to be the thickest, most muscles. Yeah.
Okay.
And to not look human in any aspect. I want them to look like
not
a cat.
even to just okay.
Yeah, because they already have a cat person race.
You just want them to be
so this is like big cats.
Like Incineroar, bigger than that?
Yeah, no, that's like good.
That about that size?
Yeah. A little bit smaller, I would say, just because that's a wrestler.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think of another cat Pokemon that's big.
Well, why are you comparing it with Pokemon?
Because that's the only other things that I know that's like that size.
Instead of like lions?
Tigers? Too big.
Okay.
And they don't walk up, you idiot.
All right. Pyroar.
Meowth size.
There you go. Yeah. It's bigger.
Bigger than Meowth?
Bigger than Meowth.
What about Rockin' Meowth from the new one?
Rockin' Meowth?
It's like he's not the
Galarian Meowth.
That's the one. I was about to say Alolan, but that's not right. It's the one after that one.
Yeah, no, he's just he's a big old fluffer.
Yeah, I like him. Caught him on Pokemon Go. No big deal. It's pretty easy.
That's pretty cool. I'm proud of you, bud.
That reminds me. I need to trade Pokemon with you.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Don't let me leave here without trading Pokemon.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening with my account.
Don't care.
I think I might have it on my phone still.
I swear to fucking God, if you don't, we worked so hard to be best friends. I need you to fucking be. We'll cross that bridge at the end of the pod. I
didn't know you were still playing it.
It just kind of comes and flows.
Okay.
But right now, I've kind of been going on it for, I don't know, especially with walking the dog a bunch, you know? And I'm like, cool. I'm like, might as well rack up some fucking eggs that I got, you know, shit like that. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm excited about that. They also announced a new class, which is Reaper. It's a damage person that has a big ass scythe, and they summon spirit animals to help them.
So you're going to be a yoked bunny Reaper?
No, absolutely not. I am not interested at all in being cool. I just want to help people.
Okay, so yeah,
with my swords that hover around and shoot lasers.
That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
You want to be?
I want to heal people.
You're a heal guy. Yeah,
yeah,
cool. Yeah. That's all you
so
play.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, healer or tank.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. So I'm excited about those announcements and the what
I would play, but you already have a tank, so you know.
Right.
We
you couldn't fit into that 56 person raid.
Couldn't do it. We talked about it. Wes was explaining to us that, you know, there's only one tank per, so.
Yep, exactly. But anyways, I'm pretty excited about that. The trailer was very rad. It was just like a rock ballad, if anything, just like an anime rock ballad. And it was, I don't remember the name of the band, but it's like a kind of like new metal singer. I don't remember the name of the band. It starts with an A. I wish I could tell you, but I can't.
Yeah, there's no way I can help you.
Memory. Sorry.
Anyways,
long story short, yeah, he sung in English. It was really unexpected considering it's a Japanese game. Mm-hmm. So I was stoked watching the trailer and seeing like how much effort they put into making it look nothing like an MMO in any aspect. It was just like a dramatic ass fantasy thing. And I've never played Final Fantasy 14. I don't know if it's any good or not, but whatever.
You're gonna give it a go.
Gonna give it a go.
Okay.
So very soon, within the next couple of weeks, hopefully I'll be able to play that. But Eliza started playing. Eliza and Brad, and yeah,
nice.
They're having a good time, or at least they're the only ones that I talk to.
How long did you play WoW for? Like, what was the earliest you started?
I mean, I started in beta.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So speaking of that, I just recently listened to a podcast, and it was a bonus episode for a podcast. But anyways, they talked about this blood curse thing that I had no idea happened. Like, they made a character like from a challenge or whatever, like a boss, and that he was infecting people's pets, and then like the pets get then killed so. I don't know what it's called. But all I'm saying is, like, did that happen to you? Were you playing around that time? Damn. Okay, cool. Because it was really fun. I mean, fun in the sense that I didn't know this was like this happened, and also didn't know how big a scale it was. Because like, it essentially drove people mad, and like I think the most interesting part was that then people from like reputable schools studied the situation, and like this is how it would work in a real pandemic. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, that's so interesting to me. Like,
it's really cool. Yeah, that happened. And it just kept happening for a while because people would keep it, they would log off, and then they would log back on, and it would spread again.
They were also saying that there's people who were trying to heal people, like, oh, let me heal you. And that would then also prolong the situation because then they would get sick, and then they would heal other people, then get them sick. Yeah. Or it was like people like, cool, we're leaving the cities, we're going to go to places where aren't populated, which then made people who weren't populated get sick because like low level people were there, you know. Or there's also people who just, hey, let me make an account to see what this is all about. And since it only affected like lower level people, you know, like they would go in and instantly just die and stuff like that. It was just like a whole like, wow, there's so many parallels to that and like the reality of a day. And I was just like, that's interesting. So anyways.
Yeah, no, that was cool. They also, they've used World of Warcraft to do certain like taking a look at the economics of that game's auction house. Okay. Helped a lot of studies for how price fluctuation and inflation of different kinds of resources and whatnot correlate to the real world. I thought that was crazy. Yeah, they're just using World of Warcraft to figure out
to simulate it,
how people work.
That's the reason I was asking was like I was curious to see if you happen to be playing around that time, like if you experience it firsthand. Because I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, I've played on and off nonstop.
Okay, but yeah.
So I wasn't around for that, but I was around for some like a couple of weird events, but nothing substantial like that. That was a very cool thing.
Cool. And the cool like that sucks, but cool. You know.
Yeah, you know, whatever. You're just having fun and.
It's a game.
It's a game.
It's only a game.
It's just game.
Yeah.
It's only a game. Yeah, so I did play a little bit more Rat Game without you because you didn't want to join.
I wasn't. I was really tired.
Had to be the two Kyles.
You brought both Kyles together? That's too many Kyles in one room.
Nah, man, it worked out barely.
That's too. I don't agree.
Barely worked.
I don't agree with the way you play. You live your life.
No. I mean, I wasn't going to do it with some randos.
Yeah, like, hey, Kyle, I got a friend. Can you name Kyle? Can you play with my other friend Kyle? This is interesting. I hope you had a great time.
It was chill.
How many levels do you go up?
Like 2, 3? I don't know.
Bitch. It's fine.
It doesn't matter. You only play on the lowest difficulty, anyways.
That's not true. I play hard mode sometimes. That one time.
but you decided that you don't like that.
No, it's fun.
You have fun?
I'm not scared.
All right, cool.
I ain't scared of no rats.
All right. If you say so.
Jerk.
Fight more rats.
Fight as many rats you want. I'll fight rats right now. Actually, no, we gotta do the pod, but then...
Okay, whatever. So I did some of that, and then Fall Guys came out with an update, and the Fall Guys update was really good.
Cool.
Played it a few times since that's come out, and there's one that's a lot like Slime Climb, where essentially you're going up a giant hill, just like going back and forth on the hill, until you get to the top, except it's all futuristic. And it is fucking crazy.
Nice.
I love it. It's easily my new favorite thing.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to get in on that.
They also put a 1v1 level in it, which was crazy. So they section off people into a bunch of boxes. And the whole goal of that is to hit like you know, Spider Stomp from Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes. I know Spider Stomp from Chuck E. Cheese. I'm a fucking idiot.
So you play Spider Stomp in this big square. Yeah, there are buttons, and one of them lights up, and you have to beat the other person to go and smash that button.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's whoever could be a little bit faster.
How do you smash it?
Hard. Jump on it.
Okay, so it's an actual button.
It's a spider smash.
Okay, I just didn't know,
man.
I don't know if they added a smash mechanic. You know?
Nah, no smash mechanic.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a fun little new thing. And then they've updated a whole bunch of levels to make them more difficult, just different, which is always fun. I like when they do that shit. And Squads is so much fun. I am surprised that Squads makes Fall Guys as much fun as it does.
Right.
For that, we had tied, I want to say twice, maybe 3 times in the same like set of rounds or whatever. And we were barely making it. I don't think we won. I think that it was a final round and we got eliminated.
Damn.
It was jinxed, actually. Yeah, it was 4v4 jinxed. So I didn't know how close somebody was because of the lag thing with the grabs.
Right.
I just miscalculated. Yeah. I miscalculated. That's the one thing that I wish Fall Guys would do. Just get a fucking good server so that there was no weird ass lag to where somebody bumps into you but nobody bumped into you kind of stuff.
Right.
There are a lot of instances that I'm noticing, especially lately, where I'm in the air and then I just get knocked out from nothing.
Damn.
Like way more often than usual.
Fix your fucking game, Fall Guys.
They should, but they're probably a really small team.
Yeah, for sure. I understand. They're probably busy.
It sucks, but that's my biggest complaint. It is so much fun though, playing with other people. So that's been good.
Cool.
That's been very good. And I have watched a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Invincible,
right?
Watch that. It's good. You don't have to watch it. I don't think it's worth it. I wanted to see it especially because all of the memes were coming out and I was like, is this worth it? It's not. To me, it's not. Sorry.
It's fine. I mean, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's fun. It's just more superhero stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that we are too just in the middle of the superhero hype, you know?
I feel like
it's been a slow build up in the game, kind of like set it all off. And then people have been into superheroes more since then.
I feel like superheroes they've been coming for like a very long time, and like people kept talking about this superhero bubble. Like, when is it gonna pop? Right? And it's like, I don't know.
It's still growing
because it seems like it just doesn't ever want to stop. They keep doing different things. Like, now it's super gritty, and now it's like it's the
they're finally getting into the parts of superhero stuff that I actually appreciate.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I never cared about it when I was a kid.
Yeah,
when superheroes were first a thing, all the TV shows, all the movies that I had seen that were superhero things were very shallow and didn't do anything that I cared about. I was a Mummy kid, you know? Yeah. I liked the Mummy. I liked the Brendan Fraser's.
Oh, yes. I'm very familiar with his work. Yes.
They had that, like, it's a serious situation, but we could still be a little bit goofy. Mm-hmm. And superhero stuff was just, like, serious, but none of it felt good. Mm-hmm. And then when it got into the goofy stuff with, like, Spider-Man, I feel like they did some, like, goofy bits. They were just taking things way too seriously in a way that I didn't like. And I didn't like how characters reacted to situations. Couldn't connect with it. Then you fast forward and they've started learning how to make jokes on the fly and really make it feel like, yeah, these superheroes are having a good time with their job or whatever and just having fun. But, oh, no, things are serious, guys. Remember that things are serious. And that's kind of the trend of things. And I'm like, oh, I like that a little bit more. I'll just take it less seriously and have fun with it and not really care.
Right.
And then they started making more complex characters and having intriguing stories. And they did the whole like Dark Knight trilogy, right. You know, those were very new and very different, where they were all just serious, but it was like a different kind of serious than we were used to. And now we're at the point where it's kind of hit its peak, where it explores all the different elements of like, all right, yeah, superheroes are serious. A lot of fucked up stuff happens. And those fucked up things hurt other people. And It's actually showing the implications of getting into a fight in the middle of the city. And instead of Superman blowing up every building in the city, it just works. Yeah. They just like show off, oh yeah, everyone's dying. And Invincible is the animated version of the movies that we've been seeing with a lot more gore. Yeah. And a little bit more shallow characters.
Yeah. I think they're more, I don't know, fucking, what's the word, real? Like some people like in the show, people are just bad or just say shit because people are fucking, not all great. Like, even the superheroes, they're not like good people, It's like, oh, cool. Like, this guy saves lives and does his job, but he's still just a piece of shit like any other person. I was like, oh, okay, I appreciate that. Invincible is a comic book that I read, a long time ago. I own all of it, and I really do enjoy it, and I think it's a really good comic book. My biggest complaint with the Invincible series, like the animated series, is that it's not really animated all that great. You can see where
there are some parts that are not great.
Yeah, you can see where they really cut some corners. And
lip syncing is not fantastic.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like even designs, like one of my things that I really dislike is Adam Eve.
I was going crazy with her because you first see her and you're like, all right, what's her symbol about?
It's like,
and then you hear her name is Adam Eve, and I'm like, okay, so it's like a not woman thing, but also a woman thing because her name is Adam Eve, and that's got some like biblical implications. I don't understand what's going on. And then in like the 7th out of the 8 episodes, it finally shows a close up of her symbol.
Does it?
But it's not of her just symbol. It's a facial shot, and then it has her symbol, and you could see that by that point you understand it's not Adam with a D. It's Adam with a T. Yeah. You could see that the X that's over her fucking like female symbol is
rings.
Yeah.
Like an atomic symbol.
Rings.
Yeah.
I was just like blown away.
Yeah, so I didn't even catch that part like in episode 7 because the whole time I was like, what? Why is it an X? And I was like really confused, like because I'm like, I know it's not an X, you know.
I was pissed.
Yeah, I'm glad that other people like noticed it, and it's something that bugged me. So shit like that.
I really wanted it because the way that they kept not talking about it, I thought that was going to be like a big topic.
Big deal,
like,
yeah.
Guys, her name is Adam Eve because, you know, these things and also this, and she got her powers this way. But no, it was nothing like that. It was a different word.
Yeah, and
a word and not a name.
And they're just being lazy when it comes to drawing them. Yeah. So yeah, that shit really did bug me. And you know, but there are scenes that are animated very well, and it's usually the really gory ones, the one where it's like really super violent stuff. But I mean, I like it. I'm excited for whenever season 2 and season 3 comes out, so I'm gonna keep watching it. Yeah,
it was a good time for sure. It's just not one of those things that I think people should go out of their way to see. But if you're looking for a superhero thing, this is like some top notch superhero
go watch
stuff.
Superhero stuff. Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like it's the superheroes right now are zombies of like 8 years ago.
When The Walking Dead first started, for sure.
Yeah, it's feeling a lot like that.
We're getting that saturation point. I agree. Yep. Yeah,
and I feel like the fact that Robert Kirkman made The Walking Dead, which made the zombie thing blow up more than it already had, the fact that he has made Invincible makes me feel like we might be getting to that point where superheroes are going to start being less interesting. Right. But then again, Disney's got their whole new thing with Disney Plus and Marvel and all that bullshit. So who knows? Maybe there's going to be a superhero thing just forever, and we're just always going to be superhero people, and it's never going to be like a more niche genre.
I don't know. I just know that I felt the fucking oversaturation of it a while back. I was like, I used to I still do love superheroes, but I was so about them. And then at a certain point, I was like, I'm really kind of getting tired of these things. And it's now more in recent years, but other newer things that come out. Like, I really like The Boys. It's also very super violent, right?
Well, that's one of those things where I'm like, I'm too tired of superhero shit. I don't want to watch The Boys. I didn't want to watch WandaVision. I didn't want to watch the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right. That's the one I haven't seen.
People kept being like, it's good. It's good. So I'm like, okay. So I might get around to The Boys, but I just feel like I'm watching too much superhero shit. And if I keep watching more, I have to decide which one to watch.
For sure.
If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying. But it's cool. It's not that long. It's eight episodes. Yeah. So,
but they're also like 45-minute episodes.
Yeah, but I think that's its benefit. Like I feel like a lot of animated stuff doesn't get the full length thing. So it's like, it's really hard to tell a narrative, right, in 30 minutes episode, or even less than that, 24 minutes, 22 minutes.
Well, that's why I'm like, it almost feels like it's 16 episodes. Like, it's got a lot in there.
It feels like it's jam-packed.
And a lot that they set up for the future, too.
Exactly. That's one thing I really like. They did a really good job of it. Is adding, like, little tiny things that were like, I seeing it and I go, that's going to come up later. Just you fucking wait. But, you know,
there were only a couple of those situations where I wasn't, like, oh, yeah, this is going to come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, there's a dude who kind of just feels like a throwaway guy. He's like, I hate all the people that have oppressed everyone, and I'm going to kill everyone. And you're just like, hang on. Like, we were with you, and then you lost us immediately. And he's like, I'm going to explode Mount Rushmore with earthquakes.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not affected by lava because of my bracelets. They could somehow affect those. So I'm still alive.
Yeah.
And that wasn't like a big surprise for me. That was just like, oh, okay,
cool. Yeah.
So I'm not afraid of spoiling that because I feel like it's not
a huge thing.
Relevant.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. For sure.
He was such a throwaway little character.
Every now and then you need someone like that, someone that doesn't really matter. So.
Yeah. But I do like that they were able to set up like, okay, so this is going to be a more like for the people situation, and this one's going to be more like the entire universe situation. Yeah. So they have like the different levels of
threats.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, I'm enjoying what's going on. So cool.
Yeah, super excited to see more of that. And J.K. Simmons killed it. I think that he was amazing in that. Excited to see more.
There's very few things that he's not good in, but
exactly.
He's great. Yeah.
Good asshole.
The best asshole.
Cream of the crop asshole. But I also finished Bojack Horseman. Cool. So I've just been knocking stuff out, dude. Been killing it. Season and a half of that, it was good. I liked it more the second time through, I think.
Okay.
Knowing what was going to happen was less like, I don't know. You go through so much with these characters, and you know that bad things are just going to keep happening to them as you're watching it. You're like, yeah, this is the course of the show. But already knowing everything that happens, I think, made certain situations easier, or made me more excited to see that happen again and see that like relief that this character might get, or like the comeuppance that they deserve, or whatever it is. So yeah, I really liked watching the end of it again, and I'm happy I got to see it again.
Cool. So yeah. I'm glad that you were able to watch it with Kyle, because Kyle hadn't seen it before. So it's a good show to, it's one of the best shows out there, and you might be confused by it just because of the way it looks, You definitely need to trust somebody's opinion before going into it. Yeah. Because it does take a while to get to that point. Yeah. But I feel like once they got to season 3, they were a lot more comfortable. But season 4 is where it became the show that it is when it ends. For sure. Yeah. It's good stuff though.
So yeah, it's a lot of effort, but you get so much out of it. It's such a good show. Anyways, so I finished that, and I watched the Mitchell's vs. the Machines.
That's right. You told me about this. I know that it's something that I was going to watch. Just didn't get around to it, but it is done by Sony, and then more importantly, the people that did Into the Spider-Verse, which is like such a good animated movie.
Yeah, and it cracks me up because I know how much effort they put into the Spider-Verse to like remove frames and stuff and like make it look the specific way that it did. So seeing them do something to where it feels like the same kind of like movement and vibes, but it's all fluid instead of that like comic book stutteriness that they went for is really cool.
Yeah, I think it's done on 2s and 3s mostly, but like and frames. But I really just like the like the visual style, like the I don't know, like the overlaying. Obviously, I think like Into the Spider-Verse, it's done a lot more comic booky, right? They add like cell shading and stuff like that, little dots. But you can see it. You can for sure see it, like in the was it Mitchell's versus the Machines, right? It just like it's like, ooh, that looks good. It just oozes style, right?
Yeah, they have a lot to where the main character wants to go into film school, and she makes all these like short films herself already, and she has a really creative mind. So we get to see things from her perspective if like this was a movie, and they have a lot of like cool special effects and stuff going on. It was, I think, a really good movie to make for like today's modern kind of family situation where we are so technologically savvy now in different ways than we used to be, to where everybody is, and it's way more accessible and everyone's somewhat familiar with it. But there are still people that are usually parents that haven't been around for computers and shit. So I thought especially you might enjoy this because the whole point of the dad was like, like I don't fuck with technology. I don't really get that shit. It's not for me.
That happened today. I called my dad. I was at Best Buy. My mom's like, hey, I want to buy you a new phone case. It's like, cool. What phone does he have? And he goes like, it's an iPhone. I was like, yeah, that doesn't help me. I need to know what number of iPhone it is because they're all different sizes. And he's like, well, I'll call him. So then I called him like, hey, Dad, I need to find out what iPhone you have. And he goes, it's like, why? He's like, I want to buy you a case. And he was like, oh, it's the same case you have. Like, yes, we both have the same OtterBox case, but they're made for different phones. I need to find out what phone you have. He's like, okay, how to do that? It's like, cool. So like step by step, be like, push the home button, go to this. And he's just like, find the settings. Like, what's it look like? It's like, it's gray. It has like gears and wheels and stuff, And she's just like, I can't seem to find it. Is it called this? Like, no, Dad, that's the clock. I need you to find the settings, So then I hung up on him. I sent him a picture, like screenshot, circled it, like sent it back, like find this thing. And he's like, okay, I got it. It's like, what do I do now? It's like, all right, need to find this thing. It's like, I don't see that. It's like, well, read to me what you got. And he's just like reading through it. Like, so it's a whole thing. Finally, to get into like, cool. He goes like, iPhone 8 Plus. I was like, cool, I'm done. Bye.
All right, we did it. Top team never. But I'm tired.
Yeah, but it took like 15 minutes to get into to get there. I was like, God, if only you knew how to tell me what phone you had, But
technology is hard, man.
Yeah, tech's hard.
But yeah, I was watching Mitchell's vs. the Machines, and it starts out with a like, hey, it's the end of the world, it's the robot apocalypse. Yeah. That's how it starts out. Like, anyways, like a few days ago. So then it goes back to there, right?
It starts like Vivi.
yeah. It's just like Vivi. Nice. That's how I would describe it. Yeah, no, it is it starts out and it's like, yeah, we're just the weirdest family and we're gonna, deal with this apocalypse. Yeah. And then it's like 3 days before, and halfway through the movie it starts feeling like, oh man, are we like almost over? Oh shit, wait. We still have a whole other half of the movie left. Damn. In a good way. Yeah. To where like it just felt like the story was naturally coming to a close, and they found a new way to open it up without making it like too excessive.
Yeah.
I guess. Really fun characters, really witty writing, amazing animation. It was just such a good family film. I loved it so much. Yeah. It was a blast, and I feel like it's something that I would definitely watch again.
It's for sure on the must watch list. Mm-hmm. I think at one point I was gonna watch it. I was like, you know what? I do think I want to watch with Sierra just so we can watch something together. It's just like, oh, I'll wait for that when there's like an appropriate time.
Oh, you guys are gonna love it.
Yeah, should be good.
So much fun. So yeah, absolutely watch that. Didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Yeah. In any capacity.
For sure.
Fuck, it's so good. I'm so excited for you, man. It's going to be a great time.
I'm sure I'll be talking to you about it pretty soon. Be like, dude, that fucking, the part with, and you're like, yeah, dude, the part with the thing.
I want to go to the movies so bad, and I still haven't decided how I feel about that. I don't know. There's a lot of movies coming out that I'm interested in.
I think I'm going to the movie. I'm going to the movie soon. I think The Quiet Place Part 2 is coming out. I'm like, cool.
Ah, dude, I gotta see The Quiet Place Part 2.
And I want to see it in a movie theater. Not in my house. I want to see it at a movie theater.
Isn't there a new Saw coming out?
Yeah, that one's called... It's called Spiral, from the book of Saw.
But isn't Spiral the one... Wasn't that already out?
No, Jigsaw was the one you're thinking about.
Really?
Yes. Spiral was supposed to come out last year during the pandemic, and it didn't. So
okay.
But as Chris Rock as the main character, and his dad in that movie, Samuel L. Jackson. I'm not even fucking with you.
I know, dude. Saw.
That's another one that I want to see, even though it's probably not that great. But I'm a huge. It's not going to
be good.
Yeah, I'm a huge bitch for Saw stuff.
Saw sucks, but I want to see it.
Yeah, see Saw. I want to see Saw so bad.
Exactly. You get it.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
There's another movie that's coming out soon. The Conjuring. There's a new Conjuring coming out.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. Yeah, that was like something about like a kid that kills someone and he's just like he doesn't know he did it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That one was pretty good too.
Yeah, I remember in the trailer seeing it and being like, "Wow, that's good." And he's like, "It's not me, dog."
Yeah, that was spooky.
Like, shit, man. Oof, really got me. My bump's goosing.
The devil made me do. I was like, I bet he fucking did, bro. You brutalized that person.
So yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, no.
And there's a bunch more, but I feel like those kinds of movies are better for theater.
Right.
Like Saw, I've seen only a few Saws in theater, actually.
I never saw a single Saw in theater.
Oh.
Never see a Saw in theater.
Yeah, so that one's the least important for me. Yeah. But A Quiet Place, I feel like that's a really good theater one. Yeah. I feel similarly about Conjuring. I really like seeing the Conjuring movies in theater.
I think the surround sound, the size of the screen, the fact that most people are supposed to be quiet and they do that in theaters. I'm not going to get that in my house. You know, like there's going to be glare on the screen. I'll probably be able to hear the neighbors talking, or the baby crying. It's like
the dog's going to be swearing.
Exactly.
You don't want your dog to swear.
Yeah. So I that's absolutely one that I'm like, I'm going to have to watch this in theaters. So it is. Yeah. It's going to have to bite the bullet on that one.
So there's some shit coming out, man, and I don't want to go to the theaters, but I really miss it. I really want to go.
I understand.
Fuck. So I still haven't. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll figure out how other people are feeling about it and decide if it's worth it in that case. And I think it will be. I guess that's it. I guess that's all the shit that I've been up to. Yeah. There's probably something I forgot about. I have been doing a lot of goofing off.
Yeah, just big goofing.
Me and the boys.
Well, I mean, I've been busy this past weekend. My sister had a wedding.
All right.
Had to be in that. I didn't know I was going to be in the wedding until like 2 days before the wedding.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that.
I was like, hey, because I think like months ago, me and sister talked, and she's like, "Hey," I was like, I asked her, "What's the vibe for like the wedding? What's the dress?" You know, she's like,
"How cash we going?"
And she's like, "Oh, you can wear whatever you want, just wear all black." I was like, "Cool, no problem." You know, I was like, "I'll wear like a button up, some like chinos, and some sneakers, just to make sure I wear all black."
Yeah.
And then me and my brother were talking, and he's just like, "Hey man, what are you wearing?" I was like, I told him what I just told you, and he goes like, "I think I'm gonna go polo." I was like, "Cool man, that's super dope. All black polo, no big deal." And he was like, "I just wonder if that's okay." Cecilia said, we're walking with her. It's like,
whoa.
And I go, what? I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. I'm like, look, dude, the only reason I'm so okay with going the way I am is because I'm not going to be in the wedding. So if I was in the wedding, I'd probably like rent a suit or something, And so then I talked to my sister, and then she's like, oh yeah, no. I mean, I thought, didn't we talk about this? I'm like, I feel like if you told me I was walking you down the aisle, I would remember that. And I would have told Sierra, and Sierra would have been like, cool, and made sure I was like, all dappered up.
Yeah, Sierra would have been on that.
Exactly.
Dude.
So it was last minute, and then I was like, she wanted me and my brother both to walk around. And I was like, are you doing that because like you feel uncomfortable like picking one of us to do it? Because like one of us can just walk mom, another one can walk you. If you think like you'll make you feel bad, like I won't. So it was like a whole thing. And then she gets back and is like, I don't want to put anybody out. Like if you guys, I'm like, come on, don't do this. Like of course we're walking down. So I had to walk her down the aisle, which was really nice. I've never walked anyone down the aisle. Last time I went down the aisle, I went by myself. Never been any other. Oh, have it? No, I was one of my in Kenny's wedding. I was his best man, and I think I had to walk someone down the aisle. I don't remember. It was a long time ago when he got married. But anyways, wedding was a lot of fun. Everything went off without a hitch, except for my sister when she was, walking back, up the aisle. She had to go up a flight of stairs, and she stubbed her toe and ripped off half of her toenail. It was brutal. I was like, oh my, and she's like, holding her composure. And I was like, what? It's like, why aren't we taking photos? And someone's just like, yo, Cecilia just like ripped off half her toe. And she's like bleeding profusely. I was like, that's fucking gross. I'm going to go over there with the baby and wait for the photos.
See, and I know that weddings are supposed to be a certain way and they have to go like well and all that. But if that happened to me, I'd be like, this just happened.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know what's going on. So like, y'all just chill.
So everyone was super chill about it. They wrapped her foot up. We did the photos. The reception was after that. The food was really good. They had like a taco guy come. He's slinging tacos. I had 6 tacos. So fucking good.
Only 6?
They were and rice and beans. It was so fucking good.
Okay. If it had rice and beans, okay.
I had planned to not get too drunk at Cecilia's wedding. I didn't.
I heard it didn't work out.
That didn't work out. I got fucking wasted.
I heard you got fucking wasted.
But it was a really good time. Before I got too drunk, though, they did like the toast and stuff, and I was like, oh, cool. I'm not going to do a toast because I wasn't asked to do a toast, or whatever. It's like, and I don't want to say anything or whatever. And everybody started doing toasts and stuff, and everybody was going up and talking about, my brother-in-law, Brandon this, Brandon that. I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. And then someone, I think it was, I don't remember who, I was sitting with my mom, Sierra, and then like my cousin and my aunt. And someone was like, hey, you should get up there. She's like, you should fucking go say something about Cecilia. I was just like, I don't want to. I was like, I don't, because I didn't really feel like it.
And there you have it.
And then it was just like, and then someone said, you have to go up there. You have to go say something about Cecilia. I was like, okay, I guess I got to go up there. Now that you said I have to. So I was like, here we go. I'm like stumbling up there. From what I remember, I feel like I said something nice. I can't tell you what I said. I just said whatever came to my head, and it was just it boils down to being like, hey, I love my sister a lot. She's like a very beautiful, strong, independent woman. She's one important person in my life. And then I said nice stuff about my brother-in-law. I mentioned my father, my mother, the new babies. Just kind of just random stuff, I guess. But it worked. People were really happy. And, everybody applauded. And I was like, cool. And I was like, hugged my sister, went down. And I went back to my chair. I was like, how'd it go? And people were like, I can't stop crying. I was just like, oh. Like, good tears, though, right? It's like, oh, yeah. I was like, awesome. Dude, nailed it.
And I was afraid it was going to be like a John Carlo type of situation. Where we're all having a great time. And we're like, way to fucking say some shit, dude, I guess. Woo.
No, it was, I think it went over pretty well. A lot of people came up to me and said that I did a really good job. But what's really funny is that right after that happened, I'm walking back to, I'm stumbling back to my table, and then my brother's coming down the flight, and he's like, yo, what the fuck, bro? I was like, gotta fucking one up me, dude. I was just like, dude, I'm like, I didn't even want to go up there. Like, they made me go up there.
I really didn't want to go.
I didn't want to say shit about her.
I'm absolutely blasted right now. I'm straight torqued. Yeah. And you thought that I was going to give a good speech? Yeah. That happened on accident, homie.
Yeah, and my brother was just like, dude, why you gotta fucking make me look bad? I was like, dude, settle the fuck down. And I was like, hey, dude, how funny it would be if we just started beating the shit at each other right when Cecilia and Brandon are about to do their first dance. Like, yeah, Cecilia would never forgive us. I was like, cool, let's not do that, though.
Yeah, dude, it would ruin our family.
It would absolutely ruin the situation. So we didn't. And then
lame.
So it was really good. The last really big shout out for the wedding was the music. The DJ was fucking killing it. Like, even before the actual, after this, once the ceremony started, he started playing like 2000s music. Like, I'm like, oh shit, like that I liked. And then the music that they danced to for the first dance was really pretty. Brandon then invited his mom to do mother-daughter dance or whatever, and they danced to Tupac's Dear Mama. You all appreciated. And then he invited my mom to dance. My mom's just like, this is my favorite part of the whole thing. My mom's just like, Brandon and his mom are dancing, and my mom goes, oh, this is an interesting song, because it's a rap song, right? And my brother goes, do you know who this is, Mom? And I was like, I have no idea. I go, Mom, this is Tupac. So you know who Tupac is? She's like, no. And by happenstance, my brother's girlfriend was sitting next to her, and she's a white girl with really fair complexion. So she's a lot of tattoos, but they're all black and gray. And I remembered on her leg she has Snoop Dogg and Tupac. So I go Destiny. show my mom who Tupac is. And Destiny just goes,
What a good way to show somebody who somebody is.
Destiny goes, okay. So she like pulls out her leg and mom goes, ah, Tupac.
oh, that man?
Yeah.
Is that man?
This
Up
song?
and down?
Yeah. So then my mom got invited to dance with Brandon, and it was really nice. So great music. It did rain that day. So like
that was, oh man, I was so stoked about that too. I was having a good time. I'm sure that it was a little bit more stressful for the wedding.
The thing is, I think everything besides my sister stubbing her toe, everything had gone really well. Everybody had gotten their food. All the music was fine. Everyone had a good time. It started like sprinkling. No one seemed to care. People kept dancing and drinking. And it wasn't until the DJ said, hey guys, this is gonna be the last song because I can't let my equipment get wet. Hope everybody had a good time. And I was like, okay, cool. So even though the wedding was rained out, everybody was super happy. So
hell yeah,
such a good time.
I'm stoked for you.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was one of the best weddings I've been to, and I haven't been to many. So I haven't been to many weddings. People don't invite me to shit.
I'm not gonna invite you to my wedding.
Yeah, it's fine.
I probably would never have a wedding.
It's fine. Yeah,
personally.
something small. Something over like Discord would be cool.
Yeah, exactly. Just like super cash. Mm-hmm. Just pop into the chat if you want to.
Not even Zoom, it's just Discord, and not even the video feature.
But Final Fantasy XIV has weddings, so I am going to get married to Kyle.
That's right.
So that's going to happen.
What if I object? What if this little tiny thing shows up and goes, I object?
I paid all the money already.
Oh, fuck. All right, that's fair. The day after the wedding, was hungover, but it wasn't too bad. I was able to drink a bunch of water and kind of rehydrate. Then I went to my aunt's house. One of my cousins, the cousin that had, that really bad, car accident, had some brain injury and stuff. He was able to make it out on the wedding, having a great time. He's doing really good, dude. He's like walking, talking great. I talked to him a bit. He does kind of seem to drift off if you don't kind of keep his attention. But besides
that makes sense.
he's really doing leaps
like
and
all
bounds.
There aside from that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so he's hitting rehab, rehabilitation really hard, and he's doing great. So my aunt beforehand had scheduled hey, obviously talked to my sisters hey, I know this is your wedding weekend, but I don't want to step on your toes. But do you think it'd be cool if we all gathered at my house and we just had a party, to celebrate how well he's doing? And it's yeah. So we all agreed. A lot of my cousins that were at the wedding went, and yeah, we just had a really good time. Eating, drinking, dancing. I didn't drink it. I was I'm cool. I had a good time yesterday. I don't need to fucking push it.
Yeah.
And so then I think the next day was Monday, and you're hey, dude, rats. It's go fuck yourself. I'm too fucking tired. I don't want to do anything besides sleep.
That makes a lot of sense to me, man.
Let's see. I don't have much more to say. I mentioned this before the pod to you, but I've been having such a bitch of a time going to the DMV with my mom.
Yep.
I finally figured it out. I finally got everything done. We had to take the trailer one last time. They had to look at it. The guy still managed to make it more nerve-wracking than it had to be. My favorite part about the whole situation was me having to return to him the temporary license plate for the new one. But the temporary license plates had been there for so long. With the rain and the sun and all the weather, it had disintegrated. It just become very brittle. So when I was removing it, it just chipped away. And so I was cool. So I just kind of scooped it all up and put it flat as I could on a piece of paper and I walked over and here you go. And he's hey, I warned him, hey, the weather got to it, so it's falling apart. And he goes oh, no big deal.
Totally destroyed.
And he lifts it up 90 degrees and it just all falls onto the desk. And he goes, oh my God. I go yep, that's your problem now, but I did my thing. Bye.
I brought it to you. Enjoy.
Go fuck yourself. I'm gone. So it was one hell of a chore. I think it literally took us 3 weeks to get it done. Every week we'd go do something, we need something else. And the next week we'd go, we'd need something else. And this week we were finally done. It's a huge accomplishment for me. Super proud. DMV, go fuck yourself.
We did it.
The last thing that I'm going to talk about is that my mom's going to be leaving on Sunday. She's done all the things she wanted to. She came to the United States. Was there for my sister. Got to meet her new granddaughter. Got vaccinated while she was here. She's gonna go back and meet my dad. He messaged her. He's hey, you have to come back. I did laundry yesterday for the first time in 20 something years. And he goes I'm pretty sure I did it wrong. He goes I have no more clean clothes. And mom's just oh, I'm on my way. It's just go buy some new stuff.
What's that mean?
he doesn't know how to like run a washer or dryer. Like he just does. It's nothing. It's not in his DNA. It's not in his code, dude.
Did it wrong.
He's like, I don't know. He's like, I think I did it wrong. I was just like, did they get clean? He's like, yeah, I guess, but not the way you clean them. And I was just like, okay. But my mom, to be fair, my mom also really misses my dad. So yeah, so it's gonna be hard to say goodbye. But it was a really good time spending it with her for a little bit amount of time, and hopefully soon. If not, later this year, early next year, be able to kind of go out and visit my parents and get to see their new forever home or whatever.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's it, man. That's all that's really going on with me. Besides that, I haven't really watched anything that isn't anime, but I have watched anime, and I've caught up with other anime. So go fuck yourself. You think you're better than me, you're not.
Never said that. Never.
No, but you think it. You think it though.
I don't.
Yeah, you're right. You're not.
I'm just not that kind of guy these days, man.
Do you want to talk about anime?
Nah.
Okay, well, that's
that's been a good... What do you want to talk about?
Do you want to talk about anime?
Is it time? Yeah, man, I'm down. What do you want to talk about first? What's the one that's been on your mind the most?
Well, okay, I'm just going to kind of go in order. I have it list down. I watched the Shadow House.
I've heard of it.
We did the debut last week. This week we did the Labyrinth.
Ooh.
Gives me big Harry Potter vibes,
Is it?
I think it's Goblet of Fire.
Is it giving you Goblet of Fire vibes?
Is that the one where they do the tournament?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That is my favorite Harry Potter.
Like, look, man, I'm not
That's
gonna...
not your favorite Harry Potter?
No, here's the thing. I'm not gonna go ahead and say I have a favorite Harry Potter.
Okay.
But I agree with you.
Oh, okay, cool. I appreciate it.
I'm like 100% with you there. Because when it comes down to it, I think I've seen the first one a bunch, because when I was a kid, I owned it. So I watched it a lot.
VHS or DVD?
VHS.
Damn, old school. Yeah, brutal.
And I think I don't want to say I've seen all of Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
But there's a chance I've seen all of Chamber of Secrets.
That's 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What's 3?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Right. He meets his uncle.
Yep, I saw that once. I remember none of it.
4th one, Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. Seen that several times. Enjoyed it every time.
Everyone's getting hot. Everyone's getting older,
Mm-hmm. Everyone's swimming in a lake.
Feeling less bad about, being attracted to Ron Weasley, I'm like, he's scruffing up. Nice.
Hanging out in the hedges with Voldemort.
Hey, sexy stuff, yeah. Fucking the guy from Twilight's in it, and he dies. Spoilers. Fuck. My bad. R.I.P.
It's been out 20 years. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
But have you seen the ones after that or no?
Yeah, okay. And then it gets into those are gray for me because I didn't see the last one.
The very last one?
Yeah, which was
the
Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yeah.
So I saw Part 1, didn't see Part 2.
Before that one,
I know everything. I just stopped caring.
Half-Blood Prince, right? The one after Goblet of Fire, I think.
And that's the one. No, was it?
I think so. Isn't it go Goblet of Fire, Half-Blood Prince? Or is there one in between that?
I thought there was something about a letter.
The Scarlet Letter.
Sure.
I don't think there is one called The Letter.
I don't know. I don't know anything. That's where it all gets gray to me because when I was a kid, I was reading the books.
Right.
I read the first one, read the second one, stopped caring about the second one, and then I didn't finish it. And then when I got older, I reread the first one, and then I reread the second one. And after I finished that, I was like, I just don't care about these. But during the time that everyone was obsessed with them, there were 4 Harry Potters out, so I only remember the 4.
No, you're right. There is one after that Goblet of Fire.
What's it called?
Order of the Phoenix.
Oh, that one's Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah, and then it's the Half-Blood Prince, and then it's the Part 1 and 2, I think.
Yeah, so Order of the Phoenix is the one where that absolute bitch is an absolute
hate
bitch.
her.
Amazing actress.
Yeah,
fucking incredible.
She did such a good job.
I hated her.
The crazy thing is, I hate using that word, but I was like, what a cunt. She's just the worst.
Man. I'm down. Umbridge, I think. Was she Umbridge? God. No, she wasn't Umbridge.
I don't know what her name is.
I don't know anyone.
I just know whenever I see her in any other thing,
she does look like a Dolores. I
fucking hate you. And she's really bad. That's good though. It's great when someone can embody such a bad character and it just stays with you. God fucking damn it. Can't even look at you.
So that one can't be my favorite because I didn't like watching it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But they killed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I did like the next 2, but I don't remember them being any better than 4.
Yeah.
So 4, I'm going to say is my favorite.
So yeah.
But I don't.
In a roundabout way, you're right. 4 is your favorite. Anyways, back to Shadow House.
Right.
I don't know what's going on.
Why not?
Because there's like, there's the other older shadows and they're doing stuff. And I'm just kind of curious to see what it is. I'm still really interested. I think the show looks great. Fuck Ricky. That's my stance.
Whoa.
Don't fucking like him. I honestly want death upon him.
You know what, man? I don't know anything about the situation, so I'm not gonna, wish death upon characters yet. But he is the biggest asshole. I just don't know why he is
asshole. Yet. Yeah, huge asshole.
No reason to be a dick to other people, but he is.
And then I don't know what the boy that met up with Kate.
I want to say his name's Sean.
Yeah, I think so. Right? Because his partner's name is it John?
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. Homie can explode.
What?
Boom magic or some sorts. I was like, whew. I don't know what's going on. I'm stoked. Having a good time. The key. Should have seen it. It's in the outro. Didn't fucking notice it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, hey, that's the thing.
Did not. It wasn't until after the outro, I was like, oh, it was there the whole time.
Yeah.
I fucking hate myself for not seeing that.
I was excited. I was like, oh, shit, we're getting to that part.
You know what it is? I must like the outro so much for that show that I just close my eyes and don't even look at it because I'm just like,
you just do.
Yeah.
You just close your eyes immediately.
I fucking love that outro. It's so good. Yeah, that show I'm still really enjoying. I don't know what's going on because they're not getting this information, but
it's a great mystery. Yeah. I don't know what the hell's going on either. I
hope it delivers though.
Compelling.
I hope it's like satisfying. I hope it's not like just some really dumb thing because right now I'm really getting invested. So yeah, I also hope not everybody passes. Even though Ricky's a piece of shit. If he lives, it's fine. I just would like one of these characters to kind of cop it, to kind of show us the seriousness of this world or whatever.
I feel like if they choose anybody to do that, it's gonna be Rum.
Yeah, you think so? Mm-hmm. I think it could be the other girl that's with the hedges.
Lou?
Yeah, because it's like, well, why you wouldn't expect that kind of thing. Or the other boy, Sean's boy.
Sean. I think Sean is the guy.
So what's the guy named John? I think.
Yeah.
So watch Shadow House. Enjoyed it. I think caught up with Vivi, dude. Fucking this episode 3-parter.
Whoa!
Not a 2-piece, 3-piece for your boys.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I was just kind of expecting the idea of like, hey, it's just kind of everything. Every episode so far has been kind of 2-episode story arcs.
Is that how Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai went?
2-2, 3-2 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So it did a little bit of mix up.
It did. But I felt it watching the second episode being like the second of this 3-part episode. I'm assuming it could be 4, but I'm assuming 3. Watching it, I was just like, you know what? I'm like, I really hope this doesn't end because I feel like we haven't gotten there yet.
They've spent a lot of time. Essentially, they went, all right, forget everything from the first half. Still happened, still super important.
She doesn't remember,
but forget it because our character doesn't know it.
Yeah.
So anyways, we're starting from scratch and we need to build this story and we already have a whole world going on.
Right.
And we got to stop this robot from killing herself. And then the plot unfolds a little bit more and it's like, it's a much bigger than it seemed.
We thought. Exactly. No, I just really like the second episode where it's just, Vivi... Or Diva, I guess, because she's not Vivi, right?
Diva. Good call.
Diva's just like, yo, I don't think Ophelia wants to kill herself. I just don't see it happening, And I was just like, yo, bro, you're right. I don't see it happening either. And I go, something's going up. Yeah. Something's gone awry here.
And then they got sawed.
Oh, they did get sawed.
Sorry, they got sawtooed.
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, for sure. They absolutely did. The way that episode ended, I was like, oh, spooky. I'm super stoked for this next episode to come out. Yeah, it should be good. I'm liking the show. I think it's a good show. It's wit too. I think they're killing it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, fucking gnarly. So caught up with that. I was gonna say caught up with Super Cub. Those fuckers dropped an episode today. I always forget.
It's Wednesdays. I forget which one's which.
It's that one.
Yeah, that one always.
But it's okay because you usually don't watch that episode.
I never watched that one.
So the most recent episode I think of Super Cub was called My Cub, and she's gonna go on a school field trip. And she can't because she's got a fever. Oh no!
I like this whole beginning of the episode. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then it's just like, wait, hold on. I don't got a fever anymore. I'm gonna go on this field trip. I'm gonna take my fucking cub. And she does. And it's such a good time. And nothing, there's no high stakes. Nothing really fucking matters. I love this show.
I think this was the first time in anything that I've seen a character take her temperature under her arm.
Is that what she did?
Mm-hmm.
I thought she did it like, in the...
No, she didn't take her temperature rectally.
I thought she did. Nah, she wasn't putting it in her mouth. I was like, where else could it be? I didn't know.
Tucking it under the covers, going under her arm.
Did not realize that. That answers a lot of things. Because I was like, that's going up her hoo-ha. Not her hoo-ha. Her boom-boom tube. Her butthole.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
But I thought that was interesting. I was like, oh, cool. Because I feel like Super Cub grounds itself in reality so well.
Yeah.
That seeing those other like instances of everyday
little
life.
Things, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, cool.
You know, one of my favorite things that she does, we haven't talked about this. This happens a long time ago. She doesn't have a really like a family, she lives by herself. So for breakfast, it's usually like toast with jam.
Yeah.
And then she has like white rice and then some sort of prepackaged meal on top of it.
Yeah, she always just
I love the fact that she'll go to school with her prepackaged meal or whatever, and she always looks over at the microwave and it's always busy, and she's like, "Fuck it." She just always eats her lunch cold, and like I think it happened a few times, and then like her new friend like, it's like, "Is that any good cold?" And she's like, whatever, it gets the job done. I was like, fucking damn, like that's just so weird. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat this.
Like, do I want to just sit around? Nah. Yeah. I remember in elementary school bringing lunches like that every once in a while.
Yeah, you're just like, whatever.
Yeah. And I would just wait in line. I had to do that because it was always like a frozen food or something.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
My parents would be like, have this macaroni. And then I take it to school and I eat macaroni.
Yeah. But I also get, because of the kind of character she is, she's just like, I don't want to wait because I don't want to have to interact with people because I feel weird or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Cool episode. I love the fact that she, broke the rules, had a good time, and then, she asked for forgiveness and wasn't really sorry. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're becoming this free spirit. Fucking dig it.
Yeah, she's blossoming.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
This next episode, we're finally going to meet our third girl that we keep seeing in the intro or outro. I can't remember which one it is.
Both.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She's in one. I think it's the intro. But yeah, we saw a little teaser, and then I know that the episode dropped. So Super Cup, still a really good time.
So much fun.
Really,
so chill.
Really chill. It's such an easy watch. Odd Taxi. That's another one I caught up with. It was a Halloween episode. A lot of stuff happened, but the way it ends is, I think our hippo boy got caught, or our monkey boy got caught. One of them got caught. I don't remember which one got caught, but a lot of moving parts. I think he might have turned one of the cops to be on his side, which I really like, because just just love the dumb cop. Just has has ultimate faith in his brother. Yes, I'm really enjoying the show. Just a lot of things are happening. Yeah. Did you like it? Did you watch it?
I'm behind on that. I'm one episode behind on that. Because the last one that I saw was the shootout, of the bar.
Yeah, okay, so it's the one after that.
That one came out a couple of days ago.
Yeah, so it's a Halloween one. It's pretty good. Next up, I finally caught up with To Your Eternity.
Good. I watched the 5th episode.
Which one's that? So
I am one episode behind.
Okay, so I'm all the way caught up. So 5th episode. Okay, so it's a really heavy
sad
one. Okay, yeah. So I watched the one after that. In the one after that, he hangs out with the old lady. And he
and that's the way the trailer looked. Yeah. So I was down with that.
So it was a good episode. But speaking of 5th episode, no spoilers. Our main character, Fu, right? That's what they ended up naming him, Fu.
Yeah, that sounds right.
He acquires another, entity to, I think 2 actually new entities to take form of, and it's just like, fuck. And I get it. I'm really bummed out because I didn't want to cry, because I've done a really good job of not crying.
Oh man, I've just been I watched all of BoJack, and then I'm also watching this, and I'm watching a lot of heavy shit.
Yeah,
so I'm just sitting there crying all the time now.
Yeah, no, I've done a really good. I think when we used to do the pod, I would cry a lot. But I think I've done really good of kind of hardening myself, hey man, it's okay.
Why do you want to do that?
Because I'm a fucking strong man.
Nah, fuck that.
But in this most recent episode, I absolutely let out tears. I was like, oh my fucking God, how are they going to do me like this? And then once I thought it was over, they just added more to it. I was like, you sons of bitches. But it's a really good show. I love the way it looks. I'm glad I was able to catch up with it. It also felt really good to have just episode, not have to wait, But yeah, such a good time. It also, there's a face that a character makes I don't think it's in the second or third episode, that is, I think, going to replace my Discord photo, my Discord icon, because for the longest time it's just been Mob melting when he's running with the team. And it's a new anime photo that just fucking, I saw it and I was just like, that is so fucking good. So I'll
Is it the little girl? Or is it?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, bro.
Okay, well,
but you'll see the next time we fucking drop on the Discord, okay? I'll tell you later. No spoilers, bro.
Okay.
But yeah, To Your Journey is good. You'll be catching up with the next. It's good. It's I'm having a good time with that one.
Yeah, I think episodes of that come out on like Sundays or something like that.
And
so,
your anime days Saturday.
Boy,
Yeah, for sure. The last show I caught up with completely was Tokyo Revenger. It was I had time to catch up with one show or the other. It was either Tokyo Revenger or Megalobox, the Nomad. And I was just like, I have a lot of stuff on Funimation. I'm gonna pick one that's on Crunchyroll to kind of balance things out. And I like it. I'm enjoying it. It's not perfect. It absolutely has like flaws when it comes to the whole time travel stuff, the way things work.
Yeah, time travel can be finicky and annoying, and if it's not handled well, I'm not super into it. But I couldn't get a good feeling of how the show would do it.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best one I've seen, but it's not horrible. They seem to have rules, which is good, and they don't seem to break the rules, which I'm like, okay. I just don't really like it. Like, I feel like time travel in Erased, I really enjoyed. Time travel in Steins Gate, I also really enjoyed, right? What's it called? The Witches Girls, Madoka Magica, they had time travel in it too.
Also very good.
Very well done, right?
Because it was like, hey, there's time travel in this, but it's a little bit different. It's more of like a stopping time, and then you find out more, and then you're like,
okay.
No, okay.
Yeah. so this one isn't on, I think, on the level of any of those have like done that great. But it's still fine. My biggest note was like first, I don't know, 2-3 episodes, it's just our main character getting the shit beat out of him like every fucking time. And I was like, God damn it. When is he gonna grow a fucking spine? And he finally does. I'm like, cool. I do understand that he he's essentially a loser and he's trying to become a better person. So I do see the growth in him, but he still kind of sucks, which is.
Well, then there's the whole fact that, like, I guess the thing that was bothering me at the beginning was nobody was calling him out for, like, being a different person than he normally is. And then he gets called out by his girlfriend.
And I think other people also start noticing it, too. Like, his other friends, like, yo, you're different right now. I really like that element because, like...
It just took way longer than I think it should have. Because if my friend was acting completely different, if my kid who's like normally down to beat the shit out of people is like kind of acting like a little sissy, I'd be like, homie, what's going on?
Exactly. Something would be up like, hey man, you doing drugs?
Hey man, you're normally like a super fucked up thug person, but like, what's your deal?
Yo, dude, you time traveling, bro? You know, you doing Tokyo Revengers on me, bro?
I would just think like, hey man, what's going on? Like, what happened?
Yeah,
something happened. I wouldn't assume time travel ever.
I would. Now after watching Tokyo Revengers,
yeah.
That's how I'm raising my children. You raise your children however you want.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yo, dude, time travel. you cleaned your room. What the fuck, dude? But yeah, no, I do really like the element because he even himself will come back and be like in situations like, what the fuck am I doing here? Because he has no knowledge of what he's doing, and he's just like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. Like, this is bad. In the most recent episode, he's trying to again prevent the death of somebody else because his death then changes the growth of a certain character, and it's like a whole thing. And it's going to happen in a brawl that's going to be coming up, and a brawl that was supposed to happen on I think August 3rd. But it looks like the people that they're fighting has shown up a day early, and they're like, fuck you, we're fighting you right now. And I was like, you guys are outnumbered like 1,000,000,000. Like, you guys are fucked. So I'm excited to see how that happens. But I like the show. I don't think it's perfect. I think there are better shows this season, but I think it's a show that I'm going to actually like keep watching and continue. I don't see them doing anything that's going to make me be like, oh, I'm kind of over it, you know?
Okay. So it's better than Jujutsu Kaisen.
In my opinion, because I mean,
all right, well, there you have it.
It's probably not. I don't know. It absolutely doesn't look as good as Jujutsu Kaisen, and the outro isn't as good as Jujutsu Kaisen.
The intro isn't as good as Jujutsu Kaisen either.
But yeah, no, you're right. But I like the outro better. Anyways,
I know they were both fantastic.
Both really good. But is it better in the opinion for me? Yeah, because I'm enjoying it more than I did in Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah, so in my opinion, it's a better anime. But for me,
yeah, that's just our podcast opinion.
That's just my dumb opinion.
That's just the way that we roll.
Yeah, that's just what I'm watching right now. So, and what's funny is that I just realized this is like there are two shows that are doing time travel, kind of, right? Vivi and then this one. The way Vivi's doing it, I'm enjoying a lot better, right?
A lot more enjoyment because we don't get to see the like. How did the timeline get fucked up from this happening? We're just in that timeline that's getting fucked up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's a good time. So anime this week, if it was like a successful watch, I think I think for sure next week going to be trying to catch up with Megalobox Nomad to kind of round out like, hey, these are the shows I said I'd watch, and then maybe try to watch another one that is said. But honestly, I feel like if I watch the ones I'm currently watching and continue watching that, I'll probably be happy with my anime for this season or whatever.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, have a good time.
Stoked about that.
What about you, man? What else are you watching?
You heard of Zombieland Saga? Revenge?
Yeah, heard of it.
Yeah. I've been watching that. We just had an episode that might be the best episode of the season. The girl who doesn't talk.
Right, the real zombie one?
Yeah. This one was all about her.
Okay.
And it was her just going and running an errand.
Zomboed out?
Oh
my God.
So she's just going around. People are like, hey, how's it going? And calling her by her number. Because in the band, none of them have names. It's just like number 1, 2, 3, 4, all that. Yeah. So they're just like, hey, what's going on? She's just like, ah. And then they just try to talk to her and say nice things. They're like, all right, bye-bye. And she's like,
yeah.
So she's just going around being the zombie, getting up to hijinks, but somehow getting away with everything.
Nice.
And she winds up entering a competition, winds up winning a little bit of money.
Right.
And then she doesn't want the money. She's like, no, give me the sack of onions. Like, and just keeps like eating shit everywhere she goes. People keep giving her food. She keeps just eating all the time. And then there's the scummy cop. He's the same one from the first episode who finds our main character and is like, oh, fuck, she's a zombie.
Why is he a scummy cop? Did we see him more?
Turns out he's more of a piece of shit. Yeah, he's just always doing stuff that he shouldn't be doing.
But all I know of him is him seeing our Zombo girl. Okay.
So he's kind of a shitty dude. And he runs into them and they're like, oh, you're having trouble figuring out what to do with that money? I could help you out. So then they go with him and he takes them to racetracks.
Nice.
So that they can go and gamble.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aren't they all kids, technically?
I mean, she's an adult.
Is she?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. I think there are some that are kids, some that are adults.
Is she wearing makeup when she's out in the world?
Yeah. If anybody's going out, they're wearing makeup.
Okay.
Yeah. So they gamble and she winds up biting a pen and sneezing the ink onto her selection card.
Blacking it out.
Well, like choosing specific things.
No
like the ink
way.
splatters. Yeah, she puts it in, she gambles her money, and she makes like $300,000 or some shit. And the whole plot of the episode was, guys, we need to make more money. We have a house payment. And they're like, you have a house payment. We were dead.
We're dead zombies. Yeah.
And he's
you
like,
brought us back to life.
This is your problem too now. And then, she just comes home with like a sack of money, like a grocery bag full. And it's all the way to the top of just cash. And she just like... She doesn't know what money is, so she does a full back arm swing and just shoves the bag at them. And just the like, here's your fucking money. It's just so funny to me. It was ridiculous. It was over the top. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, good times. Stupid, but fun. Mm-hmm. And then lots of anime. Just going through all the different things.
Watching the Mug Show? No, the soccer show you gave up, you said.
Mm-hmm. Soccer and Mug, I have stopped watching. What's the fourth one on Funimation? There are 4 on Funimation. There's Vivi, there's Shadow,
the Megalobox,
there's Cup, and there's Megalobox. Thank you. Yeah. We just got to see another. Like, we're still dealing with his past a little bit, but it seems like we're heading forward in a more positive direction. Essentially what happens is he left town and the kids blamed him for it. Right. But it turns out that one of the kids told him to leave town. We already knew that. And the other kids just blamed Joe. And they didn't know that he was told to leave from somebody. So they've always been like, he just fucking left us. Didn't say anything and he left us. And that kid has never told the truth, and Joe didn't want to tell the truth, but he's back. It's a whole thing. Mm-hmm. So it's some complicated relationship stuff. It's good. I'm pretty down with it. Megalobox is one of my favorite shows to watch. Honestly, I'm loving all of these shows this season.
Yeah, I'm
going to say it's one of my favorites, but honestly, like when it comes down to it, I think they're all really up there.
Yeah.
But I am always looking forward to it more than like Vivi. for example.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it more than that. It's just it's solid. It's dramatic. It's got the same vibes as season 1, but it's a little bit more emotional than like, yeah, let's go get them. It's like, all right, let's feel better. It's one of those shows.
Let's stop doing these drugs.
We're done with that, man.
Nice.
That's the first plot line. That's over.
Let's start doing harder drugs.
Yeah, let's start it. And what the fuck is airing on Crunchyroll that I'm watching? I'm watching like 7 shows. My Hero.
Right. I don't talk about that one because I was, I'm watching with my nephew when we ever get around to it. How are you doing? How are you liking that?
Yeah, so this one was a weird episode where it was just like everyone's doing a really good job, but really it feels like there's one person carrying on each team.
Yeah.
There's Ida, who's faster than the speed of light, essentially.
I did see a clip of that. That shit looked fucking nuts.
Yeah, that boy's fast. And there's a man who turns everything into mud, and he can just swim in the mud and make people get stuck and like completely fuck them over.
He's the one.
Both of them are carrying their teams in ways that they didn't like
expect to, or
just in ways that they didn't emphasize until this episode, if that makes sense.
Is the mud guy the one that looks like he's like a
skeleton?
Titan?
Like yeah,
like he looks like Aaron from okay.
He's got big old teeth.
Yeah. That's the most recent one. Cool. So Shroom one's over it.
Yeah, Shroom one's over. I think that one's over. Shroom People.
They did. Okay, good. Yeah, her power's so fucking.
Or no, did they tie? That one was a tie, actually.
Because you're able to
that
tie,
one was
right?
a tie.
It's just whoever has the most people captured or something like that. Yeah.
And then this next one, I think was a tie as well because they just got too tuckered out. It was a tough fight.
They got beat.
Everyone got pretty tired. So this last one is just going to be the big 2 fucking boys going up against everyone else.
Ida's like, I ran so fast, I'm tired. It's like, oh, sorry, Ida.
Oh, sorry, bud. But yeah, Deku and Bakugo are gonna be with Grape Juice and Tape Man.
Yeah, and they're fighting homie with the mind powers, right?
Yeah, and another person too, I think. That's like important.
Oh, the asshole dude, the fucking psycho dude, right?
The chick. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, they're fighting the asshole who's
the guy that's like such a prick. Yeah.
He's like, you guys fucking suck.
The one that steals powers. Yeah.
But yeah, then there's the other chick that
Big Hands
Big Hands is already done.
Okay.
She's transferring in. She's like the new person.
She's the horse girl, right?
Isn't
she?
No.
Huh? I
don't know.
There's another new girl.
Are you talking about the one with the horns?
Yeah, isn't she from?
No, she was just in that one, the one with Ida.
Who are you talking about then?
I'm talking about somebody who's new, who they haven't shown off at all, and they're like, she's new, she's in the next episode.
Huh?
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I don't recall them adding a person like that. That's interesting.
Probably not important then. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Right?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I remember who wins, but I don't remember how it happened. I mean, because it's
you remember the overall winner, but not the individual competitions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Ida and the Mud Guy. I don't remember who won that fight, especially because that's hundreds of chapters ago from where I'm at.
Well, that's where the horse girl was.
Okay.
So
I like the horse girl. Horse girl's like she's a fornication, right?
She speaks English. Yeah,
I love that. It's so funny.
So dumb. I love that shit too.
Did the asshole guy's like, hey, he told me to tell you guys like in Japanese something. Oh man,
I don't think it worked its way in.
No, that might have been in a different arc.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's good shit though. Cool.
But yeah, these are my favorite parts of My Hero Academia, and I will say that every week.
Yeah.
I don't care about the overall picture of it. I honestly just have fun seeing all the different powers and seeing people combine their abilities in like
interesting ways. Yeah.
And be like, you know what? I could use my powers this way, but I'm just your support guy right now. I'm just going to help you get the fuck out of there if you need it. And you're going to get in there and you get to kick some ass.
Froppy's like, I'm just going to cover you guys in slime. And you're like, yeah, cool.
Absolutely, dude. Cover me in whatever fluids, I guess.
I can't wait for Froppy to be like, use her. I can spit out my stomach and clean it.
Right?
I'm waiting for that power to come through.
She brought it up again.
She did, yeah. Absolutely.
So, yeah, very fun show. Really good times. Like that's the thing with My Hero is it's always a great time, but man, I forget about it.
Yeah,
that's
because it's just superheroes.
It's been around for years.
Yeah.
It's so hard when it just keeps existing.
Are you watching anything? Oh, you're watching the Snow White Notes.
Yes, thank you. I always fucking forget about that one. It drives me crazy. They haven't performed their competition yet.
Okay.
But they are at their competition and they're working hard.
Has he found his sound?
Sure, whatever.
Cool.
That's
not the point.
I don't really know what the point of this show is. It's an interesting show and I like it, but I don't really know what the point is. It's fine.
Whatever.
But they are all practicing for the competition and they got to the point where they were playing pretty good, and our main boy is not willing to practice with them right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they're like, we need to play before we perform. He refuses. And they don't understand, but instead of being like, why do you refuse? They blow it up into a whole thing. And he's like, I fucking know myself. And if I play beforehand, I will play worse.
Right.
I do better under more stress. I know what to do for myself. And you guys need to figure out what you need to do for yourself and plan without me so that we can play the best. And essentially they're like, oh, dude, my fucking bad. We just threw a whole fit because you weren't doing it. And he's like, yeah, but like, why didn't you just say more?
Yeah.
So it was a whole thing. I think that is all the anime that I'm watching on there, because there's My Hero and that.
And Odd Taxi.
And Odd Taxi.
Yeah, To Your Eternity.
Zombieland and
To My Eternity.
I
don't think you're watching Revengers, right?
No, I'm definitely not watching that.
No, I think that's it. I think I cover a lot of the stuff that you're watching now. At least on Funimation, we're pretty much the same there. Like the only other show I want to watch is, that said like Nomad. So
yeah, which is Funimation stuff. Yeah, you're right, man. I thought there was more. There was more, and now it's like less. I dropped some stuff. It just always, it happens. It's easy to forget. So that's all the anime that I've been watching. I guess it's been good.
Dope, dude. Mm-hmm. You want to get into some news?
If you insist, I have news.
Let's hear it.
All right, so this first thing, there's a new original TV anime coming out called Sonny Boy. It begins on July 15th, and Madhouse is making it.
Oh, dude, Madhouse. They're not getting a sequel. Boom roasted.
Maybe not. But I'm pretty excited about that. Just Madhouse doesn't do anything bad, really.
They haven't done as much, I feel like, in a while, too.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of scrutinizing their business ethic.
Okay, yeah.
They overworked the fuck out of people more than anyone else, and now there are other people that are doing worse than them. I think. I don't know. I'm not too up to date with my healthy work environments in Japan's anime industry.
There was a time that you and I were just reporting like, yep, 3 people passed out, and people are coming out for a while. It was just like really sad.
And it's not much better, but it is better.
Yeah. So, well, that's cool. I am excited to see anything Madhouse. I remember that being for sure one of my favorite studios when we first started the pod, like being like, hey, dude, Madhouse is like my go-to.
Yeah.
It's evolved now. Like, I really like other studios like Bones and Wit and like Cloverworks, is fucking killing it. Kyoto Animation. Like, there's a lot of really good ones out there. It's hard for me to be like, yeah, dude, Madhouse is my favorite. Yeah. But it's still a solid one in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Madhouse produces such good anime. Yeah. So very excited about that. Godzilla Singular Point is going to come to Netflix on June 24th. So we have a little bit more, but we're almost there. And Beastars should be around the same time.
Okay, cool.
We're just getting, that a little bit
later,
sooner than Godzilla.
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't know anything. Don't listen to me. Hey, Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel 1, Presage Flower, and 2, Lost Butterfly are going to be available digitally on certain websites in most of the world. So
that's cool.
Check it out.
If you like Fate.
It's available digitally. And they released there have been a lot of different reasons that people haven't been able to see this, but there are also a lot of desperate people that have already seen it. So
yeah, but
we'll see how the sales affect that whole thing. I mean, such a big, it's a big IP.
Yeah, huge franchise. Yeah. Hopefully it sells well. Even though I guess I can't even say like I'm not a fan. I just don't. It's so daunting. I just don't really feel like diving into it. I could love it. But for people who are fans of Fate, I hope you were able to get it and watch it, and
unless you didn't want to.
Yeah, but if you do like this and you like this property, you want more stuff, the best way to have it keep going is make sure you buy it at the right place. So yeah, just avoid trying to get that shit early.
True that. More movie stuff. Princess Principal Crown Handler Part 1 is going to start streaming on HIDIVE on May 26th.
Shit. Princess Principal, what a throwback to...
Well, because they said that they were going to make like 6 movies.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this is one of them.
Was the first one it was a TV show though, right?
Yeah, it was a TV show that was only on Amazon Prime.
I cannot remember liking it. I think I watched a couple episodes.
I don't think you were that into it.
Too steampunk for me.
It wasn't that great. Yeah, that was...
Remember that argument?
Yeah.
I just don't like steampunk.
It was fine. I had a really good time with it, but I liked Studio 3 Hertz a lot.
Right,
so I like the animation that they do. I like a lot of the things that
they do flip flappers, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but if you see, like, if you're not sure what Princess Principal is and you want to know what it's all about, just look up Princess Principal Train Fight.
Okay.
There you go. And that's fucking awesome. Okay. There's a whole thing where they have a sword, like a samurai sword fight on a train, while they're also using like a whole bunch of special technology that's like, it's all steampunk era type stuff using hyper technology that allows them to like do gravity shift type stuff. It's fucking wacky, but the sword play is dope in that scene. Highly recommend it. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. This is the first movie, and when I was looking up all the different movies that we might be able to see that have come out recently, there hasn't been anything that was announced. So this one just got announced right after I found that we had different things to like watch or whatever. Yeah. I was just like, man, I wonder when that's going to come out, because I was flipping through everything. Boom, announcement. Cool. There you go. Easy. I don't know if we've already talked about this, but Jobless Reincarnation is going to air its 2nd season on October.
I don't think we talked about when it's going to air. We did talk about them getting a 2nd season.
Sweet.
2nd and 3rd, or just a 2nd? I don't remember, but I know that we talked about how this studio was made just specifically to make this show, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. Good for them. I remember it being a hard sell, but it's a good show. Like it's
crazy. I'm upset that it's a good show.
Yeah, it's
let's just put it that way.
How dare you look so good and do the things you do, you sons of bitches? But it's good. It's a good show.
It's good. It's goddamn good. Mm-hmm. Hey, Crunchyroll and Sentai Filmworks are teaming up to bring more anime to home video.
Cool.
So right now, they do have a lot of releases without dates for Noblesse, Onyx Equinox, Haikyuu to the Top, I'm Standing on a Million Lives, Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, Monster Girl Doctor, My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, Rent a Girlfriend, Science Fell in Love, So I Tried to Prove It, Somali and the Forest Spirit, and Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun.
There's like a few of those, maybe a couple that I'm like, that's cool. The other ones I wouldn't fucking buy.
Yeah, which is a shame, but that's, you know what? I always get excited for those kinds of announcements, but I'm never that excited for TV shows because we're able to watch them seasonally. And they do remove them from their online platforms.
Yeah, eventually.
Durarara is going away from Crunchyroll soon. Just a heads up to anyone that hasn't watched that might be looking for it, and that's what they have. They just remove stuff. They got to renew it, and they don't want to. So it is important to buy these.
If you want to own, absolutely. If you want to like own them, go get it.
So if you see something is leaving the store and you want to own it, or not the store, the platform, and you want to own it, you can go ahead and do that. That's great. But mostly I'm excited because that means that they could branch out into doing movies. And holy shit, dude. I want to see anime movies so bad. I've been wanting to see Her Blue Sky like fucking crazy.
I think I know that one.
I've never been able to see it. It's made by Cloverworks, and who made it? I think it was the chick that did a silent voice.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I don't know. You're looking it up faster than I am. That's fine. But that's all the news that I have is just all those good things about releases coming up. So hell yeah. But yeah, Her Blue Sky, I've been wanting to see that. I look it up every couple of weeks.
You're just like hoping it's there. Like,
yeah, I'm like, did I miss the news? Did I still no release date?
One day we'll be able to just kind of watch it.
It's been like 2 years. The Violet Evergarden movie, I want to see that.
Yeah, it came out 2019. You're right. Directed by let's see what they do.
Mary something? No. No, somebody else.
Are you talking about? So you talking about the person who wrote it or the person who directed it?
Directed it?
Okay, so he directed it.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking
Honey
of
and
a different
Clover.
director.
Yeah, they did that.
Oh, it's the Honey and Clover. That's what it is. Yeah,
Certain Scientific Railgun, Hana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because I was thinking the person that wrote Hana or some shit. I don't know. Right. Fuck it.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Maybe they could branch out to movies, and I'd be down to buy a movie that I like.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like we've had to buy movies before they've been available on streaming platforms, so they go watch it together. Like Lou Over the Wall.
We had to buy that.
You know?
Would that have been something we bought? Probably not. If we would have watched it first.
Maquia. I would have definitely bought that after I saw it, but I got to buy it and then watch it.
That's where the Promise Flower blooms, whatever. Yeah, that one was fucking sick. That's that one, dude.
And if other great things didn't come out that year, that might have been the anime of the year. But
yeah, if they I could probably buy it somewhere else, but I really would want to own Night of Short Walk On Girl. Like, yeah, I think that's on HBO right now though. So who knows who owns the rights to selling that or whatever.
Definitely watch that movie. God, that movie is so good.
Anyways, that's the news.
That is.
Let's get into this week's topic.
What is it?
I forgot again.
Hana to Alice.
That's the one.
And it's called that because the main characters are named Hana and Alice, and that's what To means. And cool. So it's made by the studios Steven and Rockwell Eyes.
Have you heard of anything else they've made?
No, they haven't made anything else.
This is it, really?
Yep. I mean, they've made like shorts and stuff that there would be no way for us to see.
Okay.
It's like impossible. It's like, oh yeah, we did 3 episodes of this show. And you're like, what?
When the movie was starting and it was showing like the names, I was waiting to see like a studio that I recognized, and I didn't see any. And I was just like, I wonder if it's like one of those studios that's like not really like a Japanese studio, like it's like a Chinese studio or like a Korean studio. But I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to look into it. But
or not.
I would just love to see who I
really want to get into that.
Yeah, Steven and Steven. Yeah, that's fucking interesting. Yeah, there's not even like a link for stuff. They probably haven't done anything. Yeah. Okay. So we mentioned it a little bit before. We weren't gonna originally watch this. We were gonna watch another movie. This was our backup. Again, like a lot of times when we watch movies, we try to go in not knowing anything about what we're doing. We did a great job not knowing anything about what we're doing.
I didn't know. I still don't know.
Yeah, especially for the first half.
So you start off this movie, and from the description, you know that this is going to be some kind of a mystery, and it seems a little bit more lighthearted with the way that they word everything,
right?
And that's all you know going into it. It winds up being about a girl who is transferring to a new school because her mom's going through a divorce and all that. So there's some stuff that's going on, but
we don't really get any of that stuff until like half an hour into the movie.
So all you know is that, wow, this looks weird. And then you sit with that for a while and you're like, I just got to accept it. And it takes a while to sink in.
I think, so the movie feels, a movie's like rotoscope. Like that's the kind of style they went with. And nothing wrong with that. There's things that we've seen in the past that we like that have been rotoscoped. So it was jarring. I think at the very beginning, like, this is fucking, like my eyes are like, my brain, everything's like, no, I hate this.
And the reason that it was so much harder to get over than other things is because the background of everything was watercolor.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was beautiful watercolored backgrounds. Yeah. I will say that. But man, when you have like this bizarre looking 3D animation in front of this watercolor.
Yeah. And like there's also times where like their eyes would go really anime, right? They'd make shapes that we haven't been seeing.
Well, later on, they have like useless characters.
They just have dots for eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was wild.
But that was great because it was like, oh man, that's like some Coraline / Mirio shit.
Yeah, really funny stuff. But so after my eyes got ready and my brain got ready to see what we're saying, I did enjoy it more. And like I think the watercolor backgrounds do really help. Help with that situation. But besides having to adjust to the style that it's in, the first 30 minutes do really meander.
It was a doozy.
It really did feel like a chore. I had told you that I fell asleep watching it. That's how fucking bored I was. And like I woke up and I was like, all right, I really got to watch this. I got, because we're doing it for the pod. And I tried again, and I was like, I'm just going to keep falling asleep. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a proper nap and then wake up and actually fucking try to nail this thing. This is also another case. I had mentioned the thing that I'd been kind of losing my mind. For some reason, I had this feeling. I thought that we were recording the pod on Tuesday, but we always do it on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, it's true.
And so I was like, cool. I'm like, in my head is like, I have to fucking watch this. I have to fucking watch this. And so I took I power napped it, and then I started watching it and just went through it. But it was just, it was the movie. Absolutely was the movie. Like the pacing, the characters, just all the things that were happening in the first 30 minutes, what it feels like, were just so uninteresting and just so boring,
Yeah, because on one hand, it's always harder to get invested. Like, all right, these characters are going to tell me very little about themselves, and then we're going to get to know them slowly. So you're prepared for that. Mm-hmm. But instead of this movie really introducing you to the characters, it's just like, this is this situation. You don't know this character or how they react. And it's a fucking wacky situation. Yeah. And you don't agree with any characters, and nothing is happening that like makes you feel okay with anything.
Yeah.
They're not teaching you anything about anyone important. So you don't actually, who your main character is.
Yeah. Well, one of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But the girl that we start the movie off with, who she is. But then everyone else feels like, all right, how important are they? What's actually going on?
Right.
And everyone's like, oh yeah, you're like cursed maybe or whatever. And then they explain it a little bit, but not enough in an interesting way.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, I've seen Another, and Another was way more interesting than this.
Yeah, and the thing is, this absolutely wasn't supposed to be that, right? Like, Another is like a spooky horror class show, right?
But that's what they were doing at the beginning.
The vibe felt like that, absolutely.
But it felt wackier and like with way more religious overtones, and I didn't know what was going on.
I think it felt really wacky because of the way it looked, honestly. Like, I didn't take it as seriously because the way people were drawn and the things people were saying. But yeah, she gets transferred into this new school, and she's in the town that she's living in now is a very it's like she's in the boonies, right? She's from the city, now she's in the boonies. So she has to deal with this weird situation of like people shunning her and like being weird about where she sits in class, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. And then she's slowly picking up information about people being like, yeah, there was a murder in our school, and you were sitting in the desk of that person that got murdered, and people have disappeared, and this whole thing, and it's like, oh, I understand you're trying to like get me interested, but you're doing a piss poor job, and even though like the first 30 minutes of this movie are, like I said, a chore and like just not that entertaining, there is information in that time that we need to have for the last half to happen. But after that, we our main character meets up with with our other main character, the titular characters, right? But Hana and Alice or whatever, they finally team up, and it becomes this really good movie about these two characters growing and having an adventure. And it's like a seemingly like small thing becomes a massive thing.
We should have gotten there in 15 to 20.
Yeah,
and it took us like 30 to 40.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think it took us longer than that, honestly.
I think it only took about 30-ish minutes, but it feels like it took a lot longer to get there. And once we get to that last half, the end bit of this movie, like, I really ended up enjoying the characters that we had, the relationships they built, the growth that they had. It was really fun. That first part just really sucked ass.
It was really tough to get through. I don't think it was worth it, but I did enjoy the second half.
Yeah,
I had a good time.
Oh yeah,
I was invested in it. I did want these characters to figure out their mystery, which is Alice came to the new school. She is in a cursed seat because the person that used to sit there
was poisoned.
Poisoned and killed. And then they find out the mystery of the person behind her who hasn't been going to school for like ever.
She disappeared or whatever. Yeah.
So they think that something's linked between them, and there's a mystery afoot. So we got to figure it out. Oh, hey, nothing. No, this girl knows everything about the situation. She's just going to tell you.
Right.
And that's what it was. And then she's like, but it was my fault this all happened.
Right.
Like eventually she says all that. But she definitely knew that guy was still alive.
Well, she didn't know that guy was still alive.
But she definitely knew, but
she wanted to know if she had killed that person.
Yeah.
because she had heard rumors about the situation. She said people had heard it on the news. What Hana did was, and she later confessed this, right, was she put a bee down his shirt, because maybe he didn't reciprocate her feelings. They were people who they were friends that lived across the street and they grew up together, and he essentially turned her down, kind of thing, or just didn't.
Yeah, but it blew up into a whole other fucking thing.
It's such a weird thing.
Which I didn't like any of this.
It really did confuse me.
I fucking hated it.
It was just like, I don't know. It's like when people don't understand how love works, and it's like, this is it, right? Like it's like they don't understand how to talk about their feelings or what the proper things to do. It just felt really uncomfortable. It felt like I had seen like people I went to school with do really big gestures of like, love, and it's just like, and it just comes off as really uncomfortable and cringy kind of stuff, like some weird TikTok shit.
Fuck, dude. And not only that, we don't know how old these characters are. We just know that they're like pretty young. And then eventually I learned our main character, Alice, is 14.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hang on a second. So this whole confession situation to where like, I love you, but like marry me. And then everyone wound up being into marriage, and they're all like 13, 14, 15. I don't know.
It's a very immature. They're not mature enough to understand what love is, right? So it's like he goes like. So I think that's how I gauged it. Is like that's how. It
was just so bizarre how many people were like
confused.
Yeah, just
and duped, right?
Yeah.
So to make it clear, Hana gives the boy that she likes a chocolate, and then also like a what's it called, a wedding certificate, right?
Like not a certificate,
marriage license, license,
the paperwork for
a marriage license, right? And
it's crazy.
She gave it to him because essentially to be like,
it was a romantic gesture. It wasn't like actually fill it out.
Yeah, it's a romantic gesture to be like, hey, one day in the future, I hope we get married, essentially. Which
I think is sweet, and I understand the point. But then everyone,
and then he did the same thing with 3 other girls. Mm-hmm. Actually 4 girls, and 3 of them had signed it and then been like, cool, I'm married to this guy now, right? And then they all blew up in one classroom, and I was just like, this is the fucking worst.
Yeah, they're doing a roll call, and they're like, Jenny Thompson, and she's like, actually it's Jenny Allen now.
No, one of the kids was writing their name on the exam, and the teacher's just like, yo, what's up with your name? You spelled it wrong. She's like, no, that's my new name. I got married. And she's like, what? It's like, who'd you get married to? She's like, she circles like that, and then.
But then everyone else is like, I also changed my name because I married him.
And then like one of the girls like holds up the license, the fucking the page is like, I'm married too. It's like, oh my fucking God. It just was really cringy, right? It was just really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So she.
But because it also felt so fake. Like that felt like the most
so weird
movie bullshit.
And then he fucking what happens? He then admits that then he tells people that he's moving away, right? He's like, I'm leaving because my dad got transferred or some bullshit like that. Before he leaves, our character puts a bee down his back and he gets stung and he's in a lot of pain. And there's rumors that he went to anaphylactic shock. And then because people are dumb, rumors had spread and it's changed to people being like, oh, this guy had 4 wives and they cursed him and he was poisoned by anaphylactic or whatever. Which all of that kind of comes up in the first half with like this weird chick who's doing like rituals and stuff, but it's so fucking bad. It's not even worth talking about. Like it's just such a horrible. It's a part of the movie I just wanted to erase from my head. Right?
Yeah, she was awful.
Yeah, it was just terrible. But yeah, they go on the journey to go find this boy, and they do it like in the worst way possible. Like Alice is just like, she keeps fucking up, but she's like, all right, I'm gonna keep trying. She ends up tailing the wrong guy, like some old dude, to like a doctor's appointment, and then the old dude like invites her to eat. He's like, okay, and then Hana calls her like, hey, I'm actually following the real person, and she's like, that guy might have abducted you. He's like, oh my God, They end up talking, and then the whole confessions. They end up sleeping under a car because they're staking out and stuff. It's just a lot of like, I feel like those parts at least felt realistic. Like, hey, that could happen. It's not super outlandish. And it was fun. Like I enjoyed those parts of it. And at the very end, we do get to discover what the situation is with like our boy who is murdered or whatever. And yeah, it was those parts did, I think, redeem the movie, but it still wasn't, I think, good enough for me to be like recommending this to people. Be like, oh man, you gotta watch it. So this doesn't feel like one of those movies. It feels like if you happen upon it and you watch it, you'll probably enjoy it if you're able to get past that 30-40 minute mark. You know, that
I wouldn't have paid $5 for it.
That's true.
But I did pay $5.
We did have to pay $5 for it because, you know, again, we want to help the industry. We had the only place to watch was renting it on Amazon, and we're like, fuck. What we should have done is we should have just watched it together, and then we would have spent $250.
You know, I thought about that, but I was like, I don't know your plans. I don't know your schedule. I'm free. If you wanted to do that, you could have just texted me. Okay, right?
Cool. I figured if you wanted to do that, you would have hit me up. I was like, oh,
no, because you have a job.
Yeah, but
what do I have? Nothing.
Yeah, but I figured it's like, hey, want to watch a movie? You would have hit me up. You would have invited me over. I was like, oh, it's cool. I'll just watch it here. I guess next time we'll know. What a bunch of fools.
Oh well, we goofed up.
It's cool. I think we would have had the same experience. We would have just been sitting there being like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but at least I could have been like, hey,
wake up.
Pay attention. She's like screaming on top of a desk.
What's going on? Who got murdered?
I don't know. They're just scribbling on the ground really quick.
Why did you change your name? Is that ever explained? No, it's not. Who gives a fuck? Why are they doing ballet? Ugh, who gives a fuck? It's just so much. The beginning part's so bad. Also, her mom is also a very successful author.
Are we going to just talk about her mom now?
Dude, her mom's so fucking hot, bro.
Her mom sucks.
Her mom's the best. Her mom does suck. Her mom is absolutely garbage. She like takes her to... Okay, no, I'm not going to say her mom's absolutely garbage. Her mom sucks. She takes her to the new school, and she's instantly flirting with the first man that she sees, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh my fucking God. She's like mortified. She gets told she has to go to like City Hall, get a transfer paper, come back. And then she finds out that her daughter's being put in a girl's class. And she's like, oh, you're not going to be put in that man's class? Oh, he was so fucking hot, blah, 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 you know? And that was really shitty. The part that I think was really good about her was when she saw that Alice was like doing ballet. She's just like, hey, do you want to do lessons again? And she's like, we can't. We don't have the money. She's like, don't worry about it. Money's, you know, here for a little bit. It's fleeting. It's just like, let me take care of that. That I really did appreciate her. Shout outs to moms that are able to do the things for their kids when they know shit's tough. So
true that.
So not the worst mom, but fuck that mom.
She sucked, though.
She did suck.
She could have been a better mom.
Yeah, hot mom though.
Hey, that's important.
Not as bad as the mom that showed up to the sports festival dressed up in like full gothic attire. The worst mom, hands down. Because, you know, Alice is just like, dude, you embarrassed me, mom, because she dressed up in a dress or whatever. I was like, the other girl's like, did you see my fucking mom? Look at fucking her. She looks like a fucking doll, you know? Oh, that was so bad.
This movie had its moments. It had a lot of things that I didn't like in it, but it did have some pretty fun things. Mm-hmm. There was an interaction at like the very end, essentially. One
of my favorite
that
moments,
I absolutely loved, to where they found this guy that they were looking for, and then it became a whole situation of, do we say something?
Do we talk? Yeah.
And Hana just like freaks the fuck out,
freezes,
and just freezes and like crouches down, and Alice is like, hey, dude, this chick wants to say something to you.
She like she pulls her up by the coats, you know, her coats, and like turns her around and she's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. Some of the like the ways that the characters presented themselves in different scenes, I loved. Like the whole thing with Alice and the old man, how she was walking everywhere, just kind of like loosey goosey, like moseying around, wiggling her arms places, playing with sticks. It was fun.
Yeah.
I really liked certain elements of that. Just the way that the characters moved during those scenes. I think that they were done really well for this particular style of animation.
I really like the scene where Alice is woken up by the truck moving because she slept underneath the semi, and she's just like, it's moving. She's like, like freaking out, you know.
Well, I mean, Hana tried to wake her up,
and she like, couldn't get her.
Hey, like slapping her and stuff. Like, fuck it.
And so then the truck moves, and she's just like, where is Hana? And she's like, oh my God, she's stuck under the truck. So then she's chasing it down the street, and like she gets a group of boys to be like, my friend's stuck in that truck, and these boys are on their bicycle chasing down this truck. It was so good.
It was a fun little chase, yeah.
Oh, dude, I guess this happened in the part of the movie that sucked. But there's a bit where Alice is going to school, and there's a boy who's been a real dick the entire movie so far, right? He's just picking on everybody, and he's like eating fried chicken and being like talking shit to her, like, "Hey, what's up, transfer student? You fucking loser!" Blah. And she like comes up to him and just like pushes him off this ledge that he's sitting on. then jumps on his balls, and then beats the shit. Just starts like punching him, like wailing on him.
He had it coming.
The reason I enjoyed it so much is because I did not expect it. Like I expected her to be kind of tough, and I did expect her to push him. I did not expect her to just like punch him and then be like, who are the 4 Judases? I don't know. Bam, bam. It's like, how did he die? I don't know. Bam, bam. He's like beating this shit out of him. This guy obviously doesn't know anything, and she's like wailing on him. It was so fucking good.
Yeah, but he was also like, he was being a brat. So
yeah, no, fuck him. He absolutely deserved to get his shit rocked.
Beat the shit out of him.
She's like, you don't fuck with transfer students. Bam, bam. Like left, right.
All right, we learned it.
That was really funny. And then I guess one of my favorites at the very end is they both finally decide to go back to school. Alice finally gets her actual school uniform because it was back ordered or whatever, and then Hana or whatever is just wearing her uniform. She essentially ditched an entire school, so she's a year ahead of her. She's a year older, and they're like, they come out to each other, they greet each other, and they do these weird like ballet bows and curtsies, and they look at each other like, ha, we look so fucking dumb, it looks so bad on you. Let's fucking go to school. It's like, yeah, dude, that's what homies are all about.
I liked that they had these like off of the regular character like. This movie felt like a slice of life.
Yeah.
But it didn't at the same time.
I agree, yeah.
And I feel like the personalities of these characters challenged what the normal personalities would be for characters in this situation.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so. Yeah, I think what you're getting that's good.
I just feel like they did some very unique stuff with these characters. The way that they interacted with each situation was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Yeah, like why would you do that? Like when like for an example, when Alice goes and fucks up, trying to pretend to be this boy, and she's like, fuck, I said my real name, and she's just like, whatever, I guess I'll just sit in the thing and drink juice or whatever. Someone would just like leave. She's like, I'm just gonna chill, and like it just becomes this whole really weird thing. She hides her hat,
like totally screwed over.
She throws her hat, and like a lady picks it up and puts it back in her chair, and she's like just like doing all this weird stuff. She's just being like, like a normal person would be like, I'm just gonna get out of here, but she's like, whatever, I'll figure it out. It's just like it's so dumb. It was a really entertaining, at least at that point.
So yeah, you don't have to see it, but
I think you don't have to see it. But if you do come across it, I think you'll enjoy the end bit, at least the last half of it. Because again, first part, just a slog. It's a chore. It's not doing much for it. But yeah, I enjoyed a lot of parts in it. And
I don't think I'm gonna forget this movie.
I don't think so either.
Put it that way.
I think like we forgot that Classmates movie because it must have not been that.
I mean, it was. I remember.
What do you remember? I remember Motorcycle.
I don't remember anything about the plot other than it being about the relationship with these two dudes. And I remember going, yeah, that was a nice movie. Yeah. And that was it. It was just like a really like nice time.
And this one, I'll remember a lot of bits, a lot of tiny things, the like dialogue that was said, a lot of just like stuff like that. But does it have like an amazing plot and story?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Does it have good characters in it?
No.
I think it does.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's good development and really nice watercolor backgrounds.
Nice water. That's really the selling point for this. If you want to look at some nice watercolor art.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I think that's all we have to say about
that's more than
this
enough.
movie.
There is one thing that I forgot to bring up that I wanted to really quick.
Okay.
You remember like 5 years ago when we decided to do that thing where we were like, let's play anime intros to each other and see if we could like guess it or whatever. You remember that forever ago? Yeah. ProZD just started doing a series on his YouTube channel.
Well, good for him.
Samoncho.
We got flagged for that because
exactly.
But we're not monetized.
Yeah. But I'm sitting here like, how is this gonna work out? Is he gonna regret that after the first time, or is this just gonna work? I don't know how YouTube works with everything. Yeah. But when we first did that, it was like, yeah, this will be fun. Oh well, never doing this again.
Yeah. Once they flagged us and they took down our episode, I was like, it's not worth the hassle. I don't care anymore.
But seeing somebody else do it and knowing how much fun it is, I'm like, you know what? At least like I'm able to watch this and have a good time.
Yeah,
like I would have loved to do this with you on the podcast, but can't.
Fucking prosy, dude. Whatever. It is what it is. So that was the movie. We're done with that. We did have a topic set up for next week. We were super stoked. And then, lo and behold, someone had to fucking go out of town. Some piece of shit's going out of town. We can't hang out with them. Ain't that right, Trip?
Are you blaming me?
No, you're not going out of town. Wes is going out of town.
I forgot. I thought I was going out of town this weekend.
No, you're staying here making sure Wes's stuff gets delivered.
That's right. I did do that.
We're doing that. It hasn't happened yet.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm happy that you're talking. That's the thing.
Next week we were gonna plan to what is it, Garzy's Wing?
Yeah, we were gonna watch Garzy's Wing with Wes. Hopefully, because our schedules were cleared.
Finally cleared. We didn't have a wedding. We were fully vaccinated. Because every time we were gonna do it, it's just like it's like. It was always us. Like, no, we can't do it yet.
Yeah, there was always some kind of an issue. And then it finally came up again.
I think I texted you.
Texted me.
Dude, let's do it. This Sunday, we'll fucking do it. And,
I was like, I'm way down for that. Absolutely. And I figured that while we recorded, we would just be able to be like, hey, Wes, because normally our homie Wes is chilling in the chat, and say, like, next week. But instead, a couple hours before we recorded, he was like, hey, man, I'm going out of town this weekend.
Right.
Can you make sure that this package gets delivered to me and bring it inside? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. For sure, man. I have to wait until Juan gets here to tell him to break the news. So anyways.
So we don't know what we're doing next week.
We'll find something.
We'll figure it out.
We'll review a thing.
Yeah. I even said, fuck it. Let's just watch it without him. He's seen it. Whatever. It's not the point. You let us down, Wes.
No. I thought it was so funny.
It was really fun. It did really crack me up finding out that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Fair is fair, though. We bailed on him. Anyway. We bailed on him plenty of times. Okay.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening to us and chilling. It's been a big mellow time this week.
We'll figure out what we're doing for next week. We always do. If you like our theme song, check out Not Mars on Spotify. Triple, where can people find us?
You can find us on Facebook. Look up the Instagram podcast. Same thing goes for Instagram. Look up the Instagram podcast. If you want to tweet at us, tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast Interfit.
And you could go ahead and shoot us an email, instantramenpodcast@gmail.com. Every week we record on Wednesdays, sometime between 8 and 9. And we always stream while we do that. And that would be at twitch.tv/Crispather. We're still trying to get our setup good. We moved the table in here this time.
Yeah.
I think it's working out pretty okay. But I'm not happy with this webcam with the distance that we have.
We'll figure it out. But to be fair, it is better than last week. Last week we dropped like our recording thing twice. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, last week was a whole different situation. So now we actually have a platform for both of the things that we use to record. Plus a new microphone that hopefully sounds better, but probably doesn't because we had to use the mic on the camera last time. Ugh.
Trip no longer has a dining room table. So just to make that real... hold on. Not only did he lose a dining room table, he also no longer has a VR room because there's a table in here now.
Yeah, it was a compromise. So this is still a temporary table.
Till we get an actual table.
Until we figure out something else that works good that would be easy to put away. So it's a whole thing.
Also, shaming Trip on the pod. He loves to play with the cord. He just can't help it. He's always in his hands.
It's absolutely always in my hands. It's nonstop. I'm constantly playing.
He can't not just like wiggle it. Man. Okay, that's the show. Thanks for hanging out. This is bye from Juan.
See you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water.